right. This is Walsh University football brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network. Now let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Walsh Cavalier football for the 2026 season. Game one tradition brings us together on a Thursday night here versus West Liberty. However, it's the first time we've done a road game, and with our partnership with now Q92, we're looking forward to it. I'm Jeff Tyler. He's Jason Jividen, and we are coming to you live. Brought to you by Beery Cheese. Great sponsor of ours. Like I mentioned, we are live here at West Family Stadium on a campus of West Liberty University in West Virginia. It happens to be military and first responders night, as many members are about to be honored here on the field prior to the national anthem. We always salute the service at Walsh University, and we stand in solidarity with West Liberty, thanking these brave men and women. Tonight, as well as every game this season, we do that. Before I go too far, I want to welcome in my second-year partner, color commentator, Jason Jividen. How you doing tonight, brother?
Excellent, Jeff. It's great to be back. Great to be back to start a new season with the Walsh Cavaliers. Looks to be a great matchup tonight. Lots of new things happening on both sides of both sidelines. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, had a good time seeing some pregame there. I think there's some questions that you and I might be cleaned up. But again, look, very happy to be with you in the booth for the second year. Coach Fankhauser, this is his 28th season with Walsh, 8th as a head coach. He was 19 prior as the assistant head coach. So saw him interview yesterday in the Sam Berkman show. Went real good, and he talked about some of his influences at the coaching, and we'll get into that a little bit. But Coach Dennison, who started the program, was one of his mentors. Coach Tressel, as well as Donnie Hertler, who's a local legend there in Stark County.
Without a doubt. He's had a pretty great crew to learn from.
Yeah.
And he's really applied it well to the program that he's built here at Walsh.
Absolutely, as they are singing "Oh Beautiful" down there on the field, honoring those military folks. Real proud to be part of that tonight. Offensive coordinator Jim Purtell for Walsh University here in his fourth season. And a little tidbit we noticed recently as head coach, he's 50th all time in NCAA on wins. That's incredible.
That's a wild resume.
That's a good pickup as an OC, right? Defensive coordinator Adam Furback, he's back for the third season. And Cavaliers are coming off his 6-5 season from a year ago. I said, and also Coach Fank said as well, really felt like a 9-win season. I think they let a few get away there along the way, but really think it was something really good to build on going into this year.
Without a doubt, you managed to see a team that, had taken some steps in 24, 25 really started to put it together. Yeah. Honestly, the injuries and inconsistency that causes at the quarterback position really hurt down the stretch. But you have a team that went toe to toe with Hillsdale. They went to, they took Findlay as far as Findlay wanted to go.
Right.
And so, yeah, you've got a team that's really on the up, and you've got veterans that have now seen a good solid year or 2 years of regular playing time, high competition, and success.
Right.
And success breeds success.
Well, and we mentioned that quite a bit last year whenever we had games where we had a big lead and we were able to play some of our young guys in a game where maybe they wouldn't get in if it's a tight ball game. So success breeds success, like you said. That's spot on, and we've experienced that over the last couple of years. I think that 2 years ago, knocking off Ashland at home really got this momentum going for this club and looked good last year. We've definitely had some great talent graduate, but we've also got some really great talent back. The quarterback competition, if you will. Everybody's thinking about the Cleveland Browns. We were thinking about Walsh University with Hayden Wickard coming back healthy.
Yep.
And Brendan Zerbrug as well. So Wickard's going to get the start, but we may see Zerbrug, not because of any other reason that they're so close in competition that I think coaches want to get a look at both of them tonight at some point.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise at all. I think the key to it is you want to get Wickard back in and into the flow of things. He really, a little bit shaky to to start, and then really found his groove there. By the second half of game one last year, he was really starting to feel it. And then just a fluke injury, broken arm on the sidelines. It's nothing that you can't, it's nothing you can plan for, nothing that you can predict. But that started that quarterback carousel, which eventually, as that competition heats up in the GMAC, that eventually.
Right. And so, Wickard is going to get the nod. You called it out. First possession last year, first game. Let's get some easy passes, get him comfortable. He was a little jacked up. He was firing stuff over some players there first half of it. Then, what they overcame last year against this team is 4 turnovers, I believe, all in the first half. And we're able to overcome that and get a 38-10 win last year.
Yeah, including, fumbling a punt on the 4, I believe, is when how the whole thing got started. What you saw on the backside of that, though, was that defense, that veteran defense, stand up time after time after time with those turnovers and the inconsistencies that you get. Hey, when you bring in, you've got a new quarterback. He hadn't played in 3 years, since high school, and so you're going to have those kinds of issues. And for the defense to just lock in and take care of business was really, really important for the first few games of the season, especially.
Yeah, we're gonna send it down the field here as they're gonna play the national anthem. We'll pause for that, and then we'll be right back. And welcome back here to the booth. A little bit difficult for you to hear, I believe. There, we've got a small band, and wasn't real loud for you folks there, but completed that one. Had to show our respects to the nation there. But Jason, you mentioned defensively, Ty Miller was not able to make the trip this game. He's not out for the season by any means, but that's gonna, we'll see who can step up there for him. And then, on the offensive side, Trey Martin out for the season with an ACL. As you know, he can take the top off any defense. So we've got a few question marks. We got some youth getting in there. It's football, right? Next man up mentality.
Absolutely. And honestly, the strength of this team is going to be up the middle on both sides of the ball. The starting 7, that front 7 on defense is as good as anybody in this league.
Yep.
Returning starters all around. The only exception being David Hauerstadt's going to step in at that end position. But you're talking about Alvante Ivory, Kyler LaRosa, Chris Jones, Donovan Detweiler, Chris Jones, who wreaks havoc on an offensive backfield.
Yeah.
Detweiler, who always seems to find himself in passing lanes. And then you've got Nichols and Michael Howland Williams in the middle. That is an incredibly strong unit to build the rest of the defense around. Now, in the back end, you've graduated some guys.
Yep.
You've got some guys missing, right? So you're going to have new corners on both sides. And this is really Jariah Moore's. He's sitting in the captain's chair, right? Marvin Kunkel's not here anymore, right? So it's Jariah's team back there.
You graduate a captain like that that's smart as heck, as smart as anybody in the league, and can make plays. You got to figure out how to fill that role.
And Jariah Moore is that kind of guy. He's got the intellect, he's got the football instincts, and that communication of making sure everybody's in the right spot in the defensive backfield. And that's an incredibly important thing, especially as you're transitioning to a new roster. It's college football, a new roster every year. So you got to take your vets where you got them. Right. And in fairness to all that, I mean, we saw a lot of Ryan Page a year ago. So, I mean, this isn't, all fresh across the board. So we do have some guys back there that have seen the field and know how to play this game.
He comes from a pretty good program there in Stark County and those Massillon Tigers. I'll be calling that tomorrow night as well, so look forward to that one. But
and I think that's a family legacy too. I think
yeah,
there's been a few of those page guys come through.
they tend to have some legacy players over there at that school. Wide receiver wise, we're very young. We've got Brady Gooding, who had some moments last year. I think he could really turn into something special this year. So he'll get to start at wide receiver. Freshman Sean Lodge and freshman Scooby Stanford. So question marks there. What a nickname, huh? Scooby Stanford. Looking forward to calling that one out, hopefully in the end zone tonight. But Walsh is wearing their all-white Rhodes, gold helmets, golden and maroon letters as they come flying on the field here from our left. And West Liberty in their all-black homes, yellow numbers trimmed in white, black helmets, and a yellow stripe down the side. So we got about 4:28 here to kick off, and gorgeous night, mid-70s, sunny, and just a beautiful evening. Some of the rain went through earlier today, and I think that's all gone now, so we should have smooth sailing from here.
Yeah, the rain swept in, left it a little muggy there for a while, but it's really starting to shape into a nice night for football. It should be, by the time we get to the second half, we'll be in the low 70s, high 60s. It should be a fantastic evening. On the subject of the offense, as you mentioned, Jeff, I wanted to mention that while we do have that youth at the receiver position, the offense begins with Jake Gill.
Yeah, yep.
Because this is a guy that had his coming out party a year ago. I mean, he did a lot of work in 24, but 25 was his time. Now, game in, game out, he had a running mate, right? So we're going to see who that next guy up is, right? So going into tonight, we've got Xavier McCone on there, listed as second on the depth chart. So we're going to see him, I'm sure, to spell Gill from time to time. But Gill is your bell cow.
Yeah.
He's the guy that the offense is built around. That run action, letting Wickert set up with some space to throw, is going to be important for the entire game and the entire season.
And it looks like the Hilltoppers won the coin toss. They deferred, and Walsh is going to be going left to right on your dial, and they're going to take the first possession there. But yeah, you're dead right. Dante Walker was a stud. Jake Gill definitely had a coming out last year, and he's a dual threat. Not only did he post about 700 yards rushing, but he had another 350 or something out of the backfield as a weapon there. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about number 6 over there with Walsh, our tight end, and he is a very good football player. Will Butler, been watching him since the days of Lake, and I look for them to use him quite a bit more tonight, just to keep some stability early and go.
You have right now, if you just on paper, you've got a strength and size advantage on the inside. You've got those 3 returning starters in Colin Simon, Riley Deffabaugh, and Cam Clarkson. You've got the ability to run the football. I would not be surprised to see a lot of sets with Will Butler and Brady Kerrigan in there together. To really just establish the running game, start to shorten the game, keep the ball away from this Hilltopper team. Which, when you listen to Coach Salisbury, I haven't heard anybody talk about for the vertical pass games like this since Al Davis. He wants to throw the ball down the field, and with a guy like Meisman, he can do it. So you have to be able to contain this offense, and you have to be able to hold on to the football, long drives, methodical use of the clock, and put points on the board.
Coach Salisbury, he's taking over a team that was 3-8 last year. Like you said, he's notorious for high-power offense, quarterback play. And you've already got Meisman, who has the record of throwing over 500 yards in a game and can definitely sling it. We were impressed with him last year. He spreads it around. He's got, I think, 5 returning receivers that have over 350 yards on the squad. They lost a couple studs, but they still have definitely some things back as well. So almost a minute here till tip. Before we keep rolling here, I'm going to, you're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on Q92 Sports Network. Real happy to have a partnership with them this year. Folks, if you want to check out some live stats and a really awesome website, Q92radiosports.com will launch live here in a moment, and it is good as any website out there. You could click on, listen to some audio. You could also see both teams' rosters, and then once we launch, you'll see a lot more information there, even play-by-play with the live stats. So looking forward to that. As well. Some other sponsors, Lucky Heating and Cooling, they are going to sponsor our Red Zone tonight. So that Red Zone alert will be Lucky Heating and Cooling. You can give them a call, 330-339-9379. Unfortunately, I've had them at my house many times over the last 5 years. Lucky there is a great man and does a great job. Also, AWP Safety, Huntington, Bell Stores, Altman, Cleveland Clinic, Chick-fil-A, and DeVille Apartments, always those folks supporting these youngsters here at Walsh University. So thank you to all our sponsors as well, and we will thank them along the way. Almost time to get it on, Jason. Zero's on the clock. Both teams on the field ready for the kickoff. Walsh University is ready to receive. Kicking off here for the Hilltoppers is Aiden Grella. And back to receive for Walsh University is Kalen Simmons and Jalen Hart. I'm sorry.
Jake Gill and Brandon Springer.
Thank you.
Braden Springer.
So Jake Gill is definitely going to need some breathers here because he's going to have some double duty going. And the leather-on-leather kickoff is in the air. It's kicked short, going to be fielded at the 1 yard. He's going to bring it out, run into the left, and got swarmed up. Great coverage there out of the gate for the Hilltoppers. Number 4 on the tackle there. Great penetration for Luca Neal.
Yeah, and you're starting to see already. You've got this level of excitement here. You've got a new coaching staff. It's a whole new day here at West Liberty, and they're going to bring it tonight. They're absolutely going to attack early and often. So I would expect to see this defense turn it up right off the bat.
17th time these two teams have played each other. Walsh has 9-7, and Walsh has won 4 in a row. So West Liberty at home is looking to come out here firing early as the Cavaliers are going to roll. Here's a quick handoff up the middle to Gill. Got hit right away. Virtually no gain. Maybe got 1 yard on that one. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, it looks like quick penetration early from the nose tackle, number 97. Looks to be Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson is a guy that you got to be able to move, right? At 5'11", 300 pounds, he is stout in the middle of that defense.
Cavaliers going 4 wide this time, 2 left, double stacked right. Going to drop back. Wickard looking over the middle, nothing. Clean pocket, going to step up in that pocket. Fired one short. Incomplete pass. Just got happy feet on that one. Had a lot of time, but it was really good coverage downfield.
Yeah, he actually started to float out to his left there, kind of threw open, as we call it, right? With you're sort of flat-footed and didn't quite get what he wanted on the ball.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for Walsh as they settle in. Start of this one, 14-19 here in the first quarter. Cavaliers once again going left to right on your dial. I like the gold helmets with the maroon W on the side. And Cavs going to throw again. Wickert dropping back. Very clean pocket. Over the top. Got a man. Caught and brought down at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Cavaliers as they get into the Hilltopper territory. What a throw and catch. Brady Gooding out of the gate.
Absolutely. Crossed up the safety on that side. West Liberty is primarily going to be in this too high set the most of the evening. Managed to get a crossface and just beat the safety down the middle of the field, coming out of the inside slot.
That'll settle them down there. Nice pitch and catch here as the Cavaliers take over at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Cavs. Going to hand off to Gill off tackle, and he's going to get several on that one. And he got at least 7 on that one. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 after the Gill right off tackle run.
That looks like one of those. It's really kind of a gap call, but it's a zone look by the offense. They're all stepping to the left, getting everybody moving, and Gill's just coming straight downhill to the first gap he sees.
Single left, deuces right. Ball near the left hash. 2nd down and 4 for the Cavaliers. Going to give it to no. He's going to pull it back on RPO. Looking downfield, got a man, caught. Will Butler, 1st down Cavaliers.
Really great execution by the receivers on the field to the field. What you had there is a little mix release by the slot receiver and the wide out. One went deep, one went out, and it cleared all that space out for the tight end coming across into that outside flank zone.
Cavaliers all the way down into the Lucky Heating and Cooling red zone at the 19-yard line. Here's a snap. Going to hand off to the running back once again. Gill got contact, but he got free. He's juking. Oh, he bouncing it back outside. Touchdown, Cavaliers. What an incredible run. Went in, got contact behind the line of scrimmage, made 2 jukes in the lane. Little Barry Sanders-esque. Took it to the left and got in the end zone.
Really great performance there. Gill broke 2 tackles, one a shoulder tackle with no grip, and one an arm tackle that's just not going to happen.
Whew.
Put his foot in the ground, cut flat to the backside, nobody there.
Not really something you teach as a running back, to put your foot in the ground in the middle of the line like that. But he took off left. He had some blockers, and he was able to get into the end zone now with 12. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. Cavaliers up 7-0.
And you like to see that. You like to see that kick go through the uprights with your new kicker after several years of Kerrigan back there. Now you've got Andrew Carana, and managed to get that one through with no issues.
Yeah, Caracas was money for us. Had no concerns with that. This was one of the things I definitely wanted to look at. I was watching Carana in the pregame, and he was nailing them from 45-50. So looks like good on Cavaliers there as they take a 7-0 lead out of the gate. Once again, want to thank Beery Cheese, and it's you're listening to Jeff Tyler, Jason Jividen here on Q92 Sports Network. And once again, folks, if you want to join along, Q92radiosports.com, you'll see how everything gets launched now that we're active. Live stats already going in the Cavaliers. Nearly, let's see, about almost 90 yards there on that one out of the gate. So.
Outside of the punt return, or outside of the kickoff return, which was a little sloppy, everything else worked out exactly the way you'd like.
Yeah, and West Liberty dropping off some live stats as well for us. So we got all kinds of stats to look at here for you. You can follow along as well, as those will launch and update all night long. 12:27 here, first quarter. And, Jason, what we thought we would see, we saw. We saw pass to Gooding, we saw Butler, and we saw some running on Jake Gill as the Cavaliers now kick off. It's a tumbler, and they're going to take it out of the end zone here on the return. Up the middle, got tripped right away. Nearly fumbled the ball, but he was able to hang on to that one. So it's going to be first and 10. Hilltoppers with their first possession going right to left, and they're going to take over at the 19-yard line.
That's how you get. How do you get the attention of your coaches, right? When you're a backup running back, you make a play like that on special teams, make a good tackle, come flying down the field, keep the ball behind the 20-yard line, set your defense up to go to work.
Here come the Hilltoppers now. Let's see what the Cavaliers can do on defense. Let's see. We had mentioned some of the question marks on there with some of the youth in key spots. Let's see how we can handle this quarterback for the Hilltoppers. Deuces left, single right. H-back in motion. Going to settle down now. Quick throw out to the flats. Caught and missed tackle right away, but then got some help there. So it's going to be short of the line to go. And it's going to be second down and about 2.
Yeah, that's Jalen Harcum. Harcum is a multi-talented player. He's got the ability to work inside and outside. He's very slight, tough to find because he only goes about 160 pounds.
Quick handoff up the middle there. Hard runner there. And I stand corrected on the last play. They gave him the first down. So that was a first down play there, and they got looks like 6 on that one, so going to be second down and 4.
Yeah, returning starter Hunter Patterson. He's definitely a guy he's got skills for sure. He put up 1,200 yards in 2025, and I think he's looking to put up big numbers in 26.
Cole Meesman now got one off the left, one off the right hip, 2 to the right. Man in motion now, left to right, going to pull back, throw. That's a live ball behind him. Caught, missed tackle for the Cavaliers. First down, Hilltoppers, all the way down to the 49-yard line. First down, Hilltoppers.
There he is again, right? You run him once, you throw him the ball. Hunter Patterson in the flat is a mismatch for whoever's out there. Yeah. You've got to get bodies closer to him. You can't let him turn his shoulders and then where he's got a two-way go, and he can really cause problems for the corner, the nickel, or the linebacker that has to cover him in that situation.
11:06 to go here on that first down. It looks like we're going to have our first time out here. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
Success takes teamwork on the field and on the job. And just like the Walsh Cavaliers, Beery Cheese knows great teams are built with great people. That's why Beery Cheese, proud supporter of Walsh Cavaliers football, is looking for great people to join our team. Established in 1929, Beery Cheese is one of America's top cheese manufacturers, with more than 400 employees strong. We offer a culture focused on quality, teamwork, and celebrating success together. Ready to be a part of a winning team? Your next big opportunity starts here. Visit beerycheese.com/careers and apply today.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to Q92 Sports here at Walsh Cavalier Football. 1st and 10 Hilltoppers here from the 49. And the quarterback's going to keep it himself, bounce out, got a block, and a good tackle there at the second level, brought down. That's going to be 2nd down for the Hilltoppers.
Meisman not known as a runner. He can, and he can be elusive at times. He runs when he needs to. That looked to be a called run. Ryan Page just staying backside like he's supposed to, at that safety position, stepped up, made a play, gain of 2 or 3.
Meisman is definitely big. He's 6'6", 210-pound quarterback. They got 4 wide this time. Deuces left, Deuces right, running back off the left hip, right in the middle of the field here. They're in Walsh territory here as they're taking their time to finally get the snap off. Blitz up the middle and got him down. Almost a missed tackle, but it was able to bring him down. That's going to bring up 3rd down now for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Michael Hellman-Williams on a delay blitz. He kind of held one beat and then took off up the middle. All the offensive linemen had already declared their matchups, and he just split them.
Great play there, 3rd down and 9. So time and time again, just like last season so far, we've seen this defense step up in key situations. And loss of 2 there for the Hilltoppers. It is 3rd and 9, 9:25 to go here, 1st quarter. Appreciate you joining us. As the sun starts to set now, Hilltoppers 2 to the left, 1 to the right, dropping back. Meisman getting flushed out of the pocket, nearly brought down. What a great play there to complete the pass over the middle, and that's a 1st down, West Liberty.
That was a really nice play by Meisman. Just kind of didn't lose his composure, just slid to the right as the pressure was coming from the backside there. David Hauerset he managed to get all the way there, got a hand on him as he was throwing, got the ball off. Excellent throw catch. Again, Jalen Harcum on the reception. Jalen Harcum is like the Energizer Bunny, man.
Yeah.
He's one of these guys that just goes and goes and goes, and you've got to put bodies on him. You have to keep an eye on him, and you have to get your hands on him.
4 wide once again, man in motion, right to left. Handoff up the middle. They went from the 40-yard line there. That's going to be 2nd down and 7 now for the Hilltoppers. 8:20 to go here, first quarter.
Yeah, that's a great job by Kyler LaRosa, just splitting the double team and making a mess. And so Patterson really just didn't have anywhere to go with it.
2nd down and 8 looks like for the Hilltoppers. Trips to the left now, single to the right. Running back off the left hip of Meisman. Now they got a man in motion going left to right. Cavaliers going to drop back the press coverage. Good penetration there, throwing the ball over the top, 50-50 ball. And they're good. Oh, I don't know about that one. Looked like good timing. He wasn't turned around looking at the ball. Made contact as the ball got there at the, 2-yard line. And they're going to call interference on Cavaliers secondary there.
Yeah, that's a kind of a tough call. That's on Terrell Greer. He was in an inside position, turned out, ended up chest to chest with the receiver, and I think what they're calling is first contact was the 2 hands. He put the 2 hands on him first and then got close, and I think that's what they're going to call that. He rerouted him with those 2 hands deep with the ball in the air. That's given him a whole lot of benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of contact,
No.
but he did reach with the hands first, and usually and often that will get you a call.
So that's going to be free 15 for West Liberty Cavaliers. First penalty there. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23. Meisman again got running backs on the left and right hip. He's going to RPO, pull it back over the middle. Skinny post. Couldn't get it to complete it. Incomplete pass. Just threw it too far out in front of him there. Going to bring up second down.
Yeah, and there's Greer, Johnny on the spot. He's exactly in the right position. He's right on the receiver's hip. It's just not enough space for the receiver to adjust to the ball. He has to be running full speed, so he can't get to where he needs to go. He can't get to where he needs to go without taking Greer with him.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 23-yard line. Hilltoppers taking their time, very methodical here. About 10 seconds here on the play clock. Once again, H-back in motion here, left to right. Now going to settle that back down on the left. Pull back, tipped, and picked off. Interception, Cavaliers. That ball was tipped at the line, and the linebacker stepped up and got an interception there on the 30-yard line. Going to be Cavaliers ball.
Michael Holland-Williams with the tip. Donovan Detweiler with the interception. That's just holding your ground.
Yeah.
Man. That's just not biting, not taking more than your read step, just holding your position, taking a quick drop when the quarterback shows pass, and getting your hands in the passing lane. And Detweiler always seems to be around the ball every time it goes in. Every time the thing's in the air, he just seems to find it.
So Cavaliers last year had the turnover bug, and West Liberty is going to come out with the first one. Tremendous job there. Did you see who came up with the catch? I didn't notice that.
Detweiler?
Detweiler, okay. Yep. Great job there for the Cavaliers. 7:38 to go here, 1st and 10 now Cavaliers. As change of possession, not sure if somebody called timeout here. I missed that while we were so excited about the turnover. But Cavaliers stepping up on defense as they have so many times. And you know, last year, Jason, you know, this team turned into a really balanced offense to defense. 2 years ago and 3 and 4 and 5 years ago, the defense was on the field all day long. Mm-hmm. And so it's really nice to see that we've got the defense that is still stout, can still step up when needed, but also the offense can also pull their weight as well.
And we talked about that, you know, throughout the season a year ago, that the Walsh defensive philosophy was a little bend, don't break, bend, don't break. But as that defense gets compressed in the red zone, they start filling passing lanes and they start taking the ball away. And they were that defense was so good defending their own goal line, among the best in the conference.
Yeah,
and that was really a strength of it. That's part strength, part strategy, and part just mental toughness.
Yeah.
Just being strong enough to say, no, nothing's automatic. Nothing's given.
1st and 10 now for the Cavaliers from the 21-yard line. Going to hand off to Gill up the middle. Got contact right away. Tried to fight out of it. Couldn't go anywhere. That's going to be no gain on that one for Gill. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Sam Hobbs, the linebacker, came flying up, made that play in the backfield. Going to leave it right about 2nd and 10.
Cavaliers now with going 4 wide. Taking Will Butler off the line, bouncing him out as a receiver. We got Deuces to the right, Deuces to the left. Wickard here with the snap. Quick throw over the middle, completed pass, just short of the 1st down. They're going to be 3rd down now and about 1.5.
Yeah, that's
maybe
Grant
2 yards.
Knight. One of those new receivers that you're going to see a lot of this year. He's actually a redshirt junior, but you're going to certainly you're going to hear his name quite a bit from here on out.
6:42 and counting here for the Cavaliers. Offense up 7-0. If you're just joining us, it's 3rd and 1 for the Cavaliers as they go left to right. Jake Gill, 1st down, put his foot in the ground, bounced it outside, got more yards, broke another tackle, all the way into Hilltopper territory at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Cavaliers.
You know, it's when you're coming out of camp, you're just itching to get up against somebody who's not wearing the same color as you, and some of these guys in the back end of the West Liberty defense are realizing they're going to have to hit and wrap up to get Gill on the ground.
Yeah, he was a lot to bring down last year. I mean, a little bowling ball there. He can take contact and chick out of it, as you see there. 1st and 10 Cavs, dropping back. Screen play to Will Butler. Made him miss the first tackle, put his hand on the ground, and he stayed on his feet. But the entire student body eventually tackled Will Butler there for no gain.
Yeah, that was one of those. It almost feels like that happened a little too quickly. Like you didn't get the depth that you wanted on the outside, so you had way too many bodies in the short zone.
Will Butler fought his way through that. He just drawing more contact. It's kind of one of those. It's at some point just hang on to the rock and go down, you know. but he's a fighter. 5:27 left here, first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Cavs from the 48. Wickert dropping back. Clean pocket, going to step up into that pocket. He's going to take off of himself and slide down. Possible penalty there. Pretty
up around the headgear
just
a little bit.
Slide, and he was not only sliding, but also took one to the face mask.
Yeah.
But they're going to let him play.
Yeah, that's one of those. You almost want your quarterback in that situation to push the ball down the field. You've got a vertical route coming out of the backfield, you have a vertical wheel route there, and then that mesh underneath keeps a whole lot of black jerseys in the short zone.
Yeah.
So when he takes off running, there's 2 linebackers waiting for him.
3rd and 10 for the Cavaliers from the 48. Wickert going to drop back to pass once again. Looking deep, nothing. Going to flush himself out to the left. He's going to take off again. He's got a first down and a lot more, and he went down. Got that first down and gave himself up to get on the ground, and I'm sure Coach Fank loves that for him to give himself up and not take a chance.
He escaped the pocket. There was nobody there, no spy, nobody in the short zone. Easy pickup for him to get the first down, but the key to it is when you take off, first down, get down.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he might have got another 6 or 7 out of that one, but we'll live to fight another day there for him as he gets his wheels ready. 4:05 here left, first quarter. First and 10 from the 37. Gill pulled it back, threw it out. No, Will Butler bounces it outside, got the reception all the way down into the red zone. For Will Butler, another reception and another big run into the Lucky Heating and Cooling red zone.
You look at a guy that size and you watch him hopscotch on the sideline, just kind of 1 foot kind of bounce down the sidelines to pick up another 4. Excellent job. I will say, we were talking about the previous play with Wickert scrambling. We might want to get the Cavaliers baseball coaches out here to teach him how to get on the ground safely, though. That was I got him a half dive roll there.
Yeah, he dove as opposed to slide. Deuces right, single left now on the 1st and 10 play for the Cavaliers. RPO throw over the middle. Looked like it couldn't bring that one in. I think that was intended for Gooding there. And that's going to be an incomplete pass.
There's a Noah Willig out there.
Oh, yeah.
Noah Willig, he is a redshirt sophomore. First time we've called his name. I think this is a relatively new addition to this level of the depth chart. So it's going to be nice to see some of these young guys get after it a little bit. That was one of those, it looked like he wound up and threw that ball, let it go a little bit hot, and just skipped it to him.
A little bit off his back foot, a little wobbler there. Single left, single right. Man in motion right to left. Going to pull it back, and he's going to QB sneak, look like a face mask, unless he had a hold of his shoulder pads. But he's going to go down for no gain on a QB draw there. It's going to be a loss of 3, so 3rd down and 13 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, with the way the body's moved, the only thing I figure is he hooked the arm as it came through.
Yeah.
He might have got that right arm hooked there and just kind of spun him around. It really did look, the way he had his chin tucked, the way it looked as though they got a piece of the headgear, but no flag, no call. So third and a bunch.
3rd and a bunch, still into the red zone there for the Cavaliers. 2:43 to go, first quarter. And Cavs going to throw the rock again. They're looking to throw quite a bit. And he's flush out of the pocket, going to take off again, going to slide to the left. And not much gain there. Got maybe 2 on that one. So we'll see if the kicking unit comes aboard. And they are. Here comes Andrew Karana to attempt a field goal.
Well, it's a shame. He's moving hard to his left. He's running basically full speed. If he has any chance to gather himself, Lorenzana is breaking across the middle wide open. Just missed a mark.
Matt Harper on the hold here as Karana attempts his first attempt at a field goal, and it's got plenty of leg, and it is down the middle. Karakis would be proud. So the Cavaliers, we talked about special teams, seeing how that plays out, and a great field goal there to put the Cavaliers up 10-0 with 2:21 to go. We're going to step aside here for about 10 seconds, and we'll be right back here on Cavalier Football.
At Walsh University, excellence means more than academic achievement. It means forming men and women of character through transformational learning. With nationally recognized academics, award-winning athletics, and personal mentorship, students discover their calling in an affordable, faith-filled community. And with a holistic approach that builds skills for the span of a career, Walsh graduates stay adaptable in a world where AI is shaping the workplace. Walsh University, preparing you for success for life.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Q92 Sports Network here, brought to you by Beery Cheese, Walsh University football. 2:21 to go here before break. Cavaliers got cleared out into the red zone, couldn't get anything else after that, so they were able to kick a field goal and take a 10-0 lead. Once again, if you would like to follow along with stats and everything, Q92radiosports.com, new website for Q92, and it's the best around. Really, really good information there. It shows both rosters. It shows live stats as we go, and check it out. 2:21 left. Here's the kick, and it's going to be returnable for the Hilltoppers. Going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. Tried to go up the middle there, made one guy miss and got hammered there on a tackle for the Cavaliers now. Brought him down at the 22. So Hilltopper's going to take over once again from the 22-yard line for another possession.
Yeah, Kaylon Simmons did a nice job. Fielded the ball cleanly at the 2. Leapfrogged a tackler and then got himself into some traffic. Nice play by the coverage team from Walsh University.
2:15 to go here, first quarter. Cavaliers up 10-0. Appreciate you joining us. Jeff Tyler, Jason Jividan here on Q92 Sports Network. They're going to 3 wide this time. Here's a quick snap, handoff. Cavaliers all over that one. Nothing doing there. Actually, a loss of 2 or 3 on the play on a handoff up the middle for the Cavaliers. Great stop there.
Kyler LaRosa hard into the front side gap, blows that play up. He took away everything. This is basically stretch left is what they are running. They're just trying to get that soft edge on that side. Nose tackle came across 2 gaps all the way to the outside and sniffed that out. Excellent play.
And it is a loss of 3, so it's going to be 2nd down and 13 for the Hilltoppers. They're going to go 4 wide this time. Running back off the right hip of Meisman. Man in motion right to left. Going to settle down now. Trips left, single right. Meisman, hard count. Going to take the snap. Going to throw the running back out of the backfield. And he's off to the races. Great speed there. Great burst once he caught it. And about a 10-yard gain there. He's going to be short of the line to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where the basic look of the offense is moving to its left. The backside linebacker was a little late in getting out there. Nichols was just he read run just a beat too long, leaving way too much space for Patterson in the flat.
1:12 and ticking here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 2 for the Hilltoppers. They got 2 in the backfield now with Meisman. Deuces to the left. Meisman going to hand it off, and first down and a lot more. Getting to the outside, and a great tackle in the open field for the Cavaliers to stop a huge gain for the Hilltoppers, but that's going to be 1st and 10 on the Hunter Patterson run out of the backfield.
Yeah, that's Warren Bloodworth on the kind of stepping up into that spot. One of the things that you're seeing clearly is the speed of Patterson.
Yeah.
Patterson can turn the corner in a heartbeat. This is something you're going to have to keep him moving flat to the line of scrimmage. You can't let him get vertical because he's going to leave people behind.
4 wide once again for the Hilltoppers. Patterson off the left hip of Meisman. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Meisman dropping back, looking, throwing over the top, deep ball, 50-50, and Cavaliers were there, and no call there by the officials. Now, to me, Jason, that one's a little bit closer to 15 than the last one, but no call there. Going to be incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, in that situation, I think the reason he gets away with that is because they're in contact the whole way. He's just kind of got that guide hand on there. And then as the ball got close, he kind of backed up, puts his hands up, and lets the ball fly.
Clock stopped, 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for Hilltoppers. Cavaliers up 10-0. Deuces to the left, single to the right. Cavaliers showing blitz, going to pull it back. Great ball over the middle. Great defense there by the Cavaliers. Wonderful, wonderful defense there for the Cavs to knock that one incomplete.
Greer. Yeah, Terrell Greer's been, he's the guy in the spotlight, right? He's one of those new corners that we talked about. He was now difference being he was expected to start, so he knows what he's taken every first team rep in camp. But you can see, and this is one of those situations, Jeff, when you got an early season game, a lot of times the muscle burn on these skill guys, especially corners and safeties, can really slow you down. He looks great.
Third down play now, 3rd and 10 for the Hilltoppers, dropping all kinds of pressure from the Cavaliers, and the quarterback's going to take off running. He's got all day to run across the 30-yard line, and that's a first down for the Hilltoppers. Now going to take over at the 30-yard line of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's the trouble with cover one, right? You've got the deep safety. Everybody's in man coverage with 4 verticals. Everybody's facing the opposite goal line. Nobody's looking at the quarterback. Plenty of room for him to run. And
they're going to go quick now. They're going to hand it off, and Patterson got about 1, maybe 2 yards on that one on a quick hurry-up play for the Hilltoppers, and they're going to let this one run out. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at West Liberty Stadium. 10-0 Cavaliers. We'll be right back.
Success takes teamwork on the field and on the job. And just like the Walsh Cavaliers, Beery Cheese knows great teams are built with great people. That's why Beery Cheese, proud supporter of Walsh Cavaliers football, is looking for great people to join our team. Established in 1929, Beery Cheese is one of America's top cheese manufacturers, with more than 400 employees strong. We offer a culture focused on quality, teamwork, and celebrating success together. Ready to be a part of a winning team? Your next big opportunity starts here. Visit beerycheese.com/careers and apply today.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 Sports has you covered. Head over to the Q92 Sports page on SoundCloud right now. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball. We've got it all there for you to listen to in our massive archive that stretches from today's games all the way back to the launch of Q92 Sports in 2016. Follow Q92 Sports on SoundCloud today.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium here. Cavaliers 10-0 lead here at the start of the second quarter. And a big run there prior to going to break. 2nd and 10 now. Actually 2nd and 9 for West Liberty as taking their time to get the play in. Whistle has not blown yet. Welcome back into the broadcast. Walsh University Football brought to you by Beery Cheese. And we're on Q92 Sports Network. Great partnership now with Q92 and Walsh University. Looking forward to bringing you every game. First year that Walsh we have done road games, so it is great to have you with us here as Jason and I travel down to West Virginia here. And perfect night for football, as tradition has it, a Thursday night game. And now we're back in action here. 2nd down and 9. And they got quads bunched to the left and single to the right. So they're going 5 wide. They're going to throw a screen over to the left. And that one got 8 up, but a missed tackle got them back to almost the line of scrimmage. Actually, a loss of 1 on that one on that screen play.
Yeah, Donovan Detweiler sniffed that out right away, split the 2 blockers who both ended up facing the opposite goal line, so it really ended up closing the whole gap. Nice play by Detweiler.
Start of the second quarter here, 10-0 Cavaliers. Hilltoppers, second time they've been in Cavalier territory here, and they're 3rd down and long for them, 3rd and 11. Going to go 5 wide once again, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Ball in the left hash as they drop a running back now to off the right hip of Meisman. Here's a snap. Pressure from the Cavaliers, and flag on the play. It's going to be a sack for the Cavaliers if it holds up. Looks like probably in the area of holding on the Hilltoppers. We'll see what the Cavaliers do if they have that decision.
Yeah, that was just front side. That was just the front pressure. That's that front four getting after the quarterback and forcing the hold. You actually had, they were showing double A-gap blitz. Detweiler bounced out. Michael Hallman-Williams stepped in off the bluff. He kind of bluffed back, came up the middle. There was nowhere for the quarterback to escape to.
And that was holding on the Hilltopper, so that's going to push them back. And the Cavaliers do decline that one. Great job there for the Cavaliers on the sack. So it's 4th down and quite a bit. 4th and about 18.
4th and 18, the offense still on the field.
Too far to kick a field goal and a little too close for comfort on a punt, so the Hilltopper is going to go for it. Here's a snap dropping back. Pressure again by the Cavaliers. Throw over the top. Caught. Oh, and he dropped the ball wide open. Threw a perfect ball in the middle of 3 Cavaliers. An incomplete pass. That would have been a first down at the 5-yard line. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, Cavalier ball.
Yeah, he managed to split that 3-deep coverage. He got inside the corner and into the empty spot there. Meisman threw him a nice ball. It just kind of hit the hands and dropped.
So Cavaliers with a big break there, 13:49 to go first half. I predicted this was going to be a very high-scoring game, pretty mediocre scoring at the moment, 10-0 Cavs. And once again, the Cavs defense holds up.
Yeah, early season, sometimes the defenses are ahead of the offenses a little bit. So, but yeah, you can be good, you can be great, but it helps to be lucky from time to time.
Wickert with a quick throw and a bunches to the right, and that one is caught, brought in, and that's a gain of 3 for the Cavaliers. Going to be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's Dante. That's a Scooby Stanford. Is that the
yeah
right? Scooby Stanford. Lots of new names, lots of new faces in the wide receiving corps. So it might take us a minute to catch up, Jeff.
Redshirt freshman wide receiver. And we got deuces to the left this time, single right. Looked like the defense jumped off. Should be a free play for the Cavaliers, and then they needed it. Loss of 4 or 5 on that play, but it's going to be encroachment, I believe, on the defense.
Yeah, defensive end just quick started, ended up on his hands in the neutral zone.
So a gift for the Cavaliers. It's now going to be 2nd down and 1 after that 5-yard penalty. 13-12 to go here in the half. Cavs got 1 yard to go to move the sticks, and they are at the 43-yard line of the hilltop on their own side here. 13-12 left.
It's the best down and distance for every offensive coordinator.
Playbook is wide open. It looks like another hard count got him. Another offsides. The deep ball over the top, 50-50 ball there. Couldn't bring that one in, but the hard count for Wickert got them to jump once again.
It looked like you did get a little bit of movement on the Walsh side, but it looked like after the fact. After that defensive end crossed, you saw the guard sort of pull up.
And it is going to be a first down after that. Back-to-back penalties there on the Hilltoppers. And Cavaliers are approaching midfield here at their own 48.
You recall, this is something that happened to the Hilltoppers a year ago up at Walsh, where penalties started to add up and really drive that defense down.
Little RPO there, whipped it to the left-hand side. It had it in his hands, but incomplete pass there, and that's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, DeMonte Johnson, freshman, made a nice play on the ball, came through the receiver. As I tell you, go through the receiver to the ball. That's exactly what he did. The ball was in the chest of the receiver, bounced out on contact. So excellent play by Johnson.
Gooding not able to hang on to that one. 13 minutes even here left in the first half. 2nd and 10 now for the Cavaliers. Deuces left, single right. Going to hand it off up the middle, and a little rugby scrum in the middle there. Going to get a few yards on that one. We'll see how many they got there. It's going to be 3rd down for the Cavaliers. Looks like 3rd and 7 for the Cavs.
Yeah, when you've got that center and 2 guards, right? You've got 310, 280, 308 in the middle of the. Just get behind and go.
Just a little road grade up the middle and keep it moving.
Right.
Deuces left again, single right. Wickert going to roll left, going to throw left to the flats. Great Great pitch and catch there. First down, Cavaliers.
That is a skill. When you're rolling left, you're a right-handed quarterback, you have to be able to flip those hips and get that ball out there. He threw a nice ball with a little bit of air under it, dropped it right in.
Freshman Sean Lodge with the catch. I believe that's his first catch of the ball game. 12:08 to go here. 1st and 10 Cavaliers now into Hilltopper territory. Cavs take over here at the 38-yard line. Trips right this time. Gill going to pull it back. QB draw and flag down in the secondary. Pretty late on that one. There was a QB draw from the beginning.
Yeah, it looks like it was a bit of a read there that he pulled, but as the line moved to the left, I think you got you had one of the tackles, number 76.
Oh, and it's going to be a holding on the Cavaliers, so that's going to come back 5 on the Cavs. So 11:49.
Yeah, it sounded like he actually got 88 Kerrigan on that.
Second and about 9. 2nd and 10 for the Cavaliers. 11:49 to go here. Cavaliers going to reset. One receiver left, 2 right now. Man in motion, going to hand off on a jet sweep, going to try to cut it up and then bounce it back outside. Nothing doing there. Good defense by the Hilltoppers as they celebrate that one. Going to be 3rd down and 20 for the Cavs.
Yeah, Seamus Mahan, officially the safety, he's playing up. He was kind of playing up in that slot position. Did a really nice job there, setting an edge and then allowing the pursuit to get there.
Cavaliers now, it says 2nd down. I thought it was 3rd, but it looks like 2nd down and 20 now. Wickert going to drop back and jumping around in the pockets now, gets flushed to the right-hand side. He's taken off, throwing downfield. Had a man, couldn't bring it in, and it's going to be intercepted on the Hilltoppers on a tip ball that should have been caught in the right flats.
Yeah, he's rolling with his arm this time. He's rolling to his right. And that's one of those things that comes with experience is, yes, you're trying to get the ball out. Yes, you're trying to play the ball safe. You've got a receiver coming back at you. You got to take a little bit off of that because that ball, I mean, it did manage to, Gooding managed to get his hands on it, just on his back hip. If you don't get your hands on that ball, leave a 3-foot hole coming out the other side because he really ripped into that one.
DeMonte Johnson on the interception there. And Hilltoppers get their offense out quickly. They look like they got something to prove the way they fired up on the field there. 1st and 10 now. Going left to right. 11:03 left in the second quarter. Trips to the right. Man in motion, or man off the right hip here. And run up the middle. Bounces it outside. Avoided a little bit of contact and got about 4 yards.
Yeah, just run an outside zone to the left. It's a kind of a bread and butter play for any of these teams that play in that predominantly shotgun pistol look. Just managed to find a little bit of a gap as the linemen start to move to that side. It's just you get a little bit of separation, stepped into it, picked up 4.
2nd down and 6 now after the Patterson run. 4 wide once again. Trips to the right. Man in motion now, right to left. Going to make it 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Meisman going to throw to Patterson out of the backfield. And Cavaliers were in pursuit there and had a man early, just missed the tackle in the backfield. And got a couple yards on that, so it's going to be 3rd down and I think 4 now.
Cavaliers holding their own, but Patterson's a handful for sure. As quickly as he recovers from the catch, he turns his body north and south, and then he's got you pinned. Like he's got a 2-way go. He's in control of that situation until that pursuit gets there. So Cavaliers are really going to have to rally to the football. They're going to see this a lot more.
9:45 and ticking here on a 3rd down play for the Hilltoppers. They're going 4 wide once again. Meisman taking his time, going to drop back, let one rip, caught, short of the line to go, but made a man miss, turned around and dove. I think he's going to still be short. Nope. The official is, sideline official is going to give them the 1st down on that one. So 1st and 10 Hilltoppers now right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's Harkin working on Julian Bershak. that's one of those matchups you're going to have to watch because Harkham has been around. He knows how to run routes. He knows how to get open, and you can see that he also knows how to.
And they're going to snap it. They're going to go over the top, one-on-one coverage here on the deep ball, and just threw that one too wide out of bounds. Didn't have an opportunity to even bring that one in. Second down and 10.
I apologize. That's Trey Singleton is what I was saying. Trey Singleton, who we called 14 times last year.
Yeah. Yeah, he was close to a school record, I think, on that one. 9:05 left after that incomplete. Clock has stopped. Second down and 10 for the Hilltoppers, once again, right at the 50-yard line. Deuces to the left, Deuces right. Man in motion once again. Going to go behind the quarterback. Going to hand it off to Patterson. And he got drilled. And that actually wasn't Patterson, but the Cavaliers were able. And we got a man down here for the Cavaliers. Getting up slow. Let's see. That's Chris Jones. He's going to Jim Brown it and get up and fight another day. Minnie Miles, as I call him, is yet to show up here for the Cavaliers, but he tends to slow start it, and then as needed, usually blows up, has a tremendous second half, and kind of feels his way around. But third down now for the Hilltoppers, 3rd and 6 from the 46 of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that is by scheme with the 4 and 5 wide sets. It forces Jones to be a linebacker, right?
Yeah.
At that bandit position, he doesn't get to as many reps as a pass rusher. He has to kind of stay back in the coverage areas, whether that's man or in that short zone.
And it looks like there's a timeout on the field. We're going to step aside as well here on Q92 Sports. We'll be right back.
At Walsh University, excellence means more than academic achievement. It means forming men and women of character through transformational learning. With nationally recognized academics, award-winning athletics, and personal mentorship, students discover their calling in an affordable, faith-filled community. And with a holistic approach that builds skills for the span of a career, Walsh graduates stay adaptable in a world where AI is shaping the workplace. Walsh University, preparing you for success for life.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on The Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss The Sam Berkwin Show. Weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN. You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Walsh University Football here, brought to you by Beery Cheese on Q92 Sports Network. Jeff Tyler, Jason Jividan, game one of the first of the 2026 season. Happy to be here. Cavaliers so far, as Jason and I talked in the break there, Cavaliers doing a great job so far of maintaining control of this offense of the Hilltoppers. 4 wide, once again, 8:24 to go here in the first half. Meisman on the call here. Going to drop back. 2 men in motion. Gets the snap, dropping back. Flush from the pocket. Let it rip. Great patience there in the pocket for Meisman to let one rip over the middle right-hand side. 1st and 10, Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it's Anthony Campbell on the reception there. When you've got that 4 wide set and you've sort of forced Walsh to play 3 up or 4 up at the most, you're counting on those big guys up front, those 3 down linemen.
And there's a flag on the play we missed there, Jason.
Yeah,
but
we
it's
have a hold.
Going to go against the Hilltoppers, and that's going to come back. So a big gain taken off the board there for West Liberty. That's going to be good news for the Cavaliers. 8:17 to go, and now the clock whining.
And this is the challenge of a young team,
yeah.
Right? You've got young players that are new to the program, or you've got young players that are certainly new to starting. You're going to have some of these issues as you get started.
3rd and 11 for the Hilltoppers, now back to midfield. All kinds of pressure. He got rid of that one, got it to Patterson in the flats, and 1st down there now West Liberty. So when in doubt, go to your playmaker there, throw it to them out of the backfield. 1st down, Hilltoppers.
Yeah, that's it. That's definitely the way to go. I mean, I will say, though, that Chris Gargas, I have trouble with that one. Did a great. I think he may have been offended when I said that we're have to rush with just those big guys up front, because he put a bull rush on the right tackle and basically planted him in Meisman's lap.
1st and 10, Hilltoppers now from the 39-yard line of the Cavaliers. 7:30 left here in the first half. Going to pull back, RPO, let it rip into the flats. Another completed pass and another first down for the Hilltoppers.
Hey, another Trey Singleton sighting, in case you're tired of hearing his name yet. That was just what happened there. You had a little bit of a delayed blitz that the timing was just off, and it just created a sort of muddle in the middle there, and nobody could get clean to the quarterback. So we had plenty of time to just stand back there and wait for Singleton to come open.
Clock winding, 7 minutes left in this first half. Cavs up 10. West Liberty is charging after a couple big plays in a row for them. Deuces left, single right. One in the backfield off the left hip of Meisman. Man in motion now, right to left. Fake the jet sweep, hand it off to the running back. Flag on the play. They got a few yards on that one. We'll see what this who this penalty is on.
It looks like Jeffrey McCoy, as he turned, his assignment broke to the inside. Oh,
false start.
That's illegal formation. It looks like illegal formation.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why they let the play go. So it was just an illegal formation. They had too many guys in the backfield. I think that may have been on 75, though.
So that's going to push them back there. Going to be first down and 15. Clock winding at 6:40. Cavaliers up 10-0 at this point. Looks like West Liberty's going to take their time getting the play call in here. Got all kinds of time to work with. 2 timeouts left as well. Deuces to the right, single to the left. And he's going to do an RPO. He's going to pull that back. He's going to take off on his own. He's going to dive to get about 4 or 5 yard gain back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and Michael Hammond-Williams did a nice job reading, shedding, getting upfield. Didn't make the play completely, and Meisman just sort of fell forward for a yard or 2.
So that correction there, 2nd down and 11. Clock winding at inside 6 minutes now. 4 wide once again for West Liberty. Man in motion now from the right to the left. Going to settle down now on the left-hand side, trips to the left. Meisman going to pull it back, and he's going to take off. He's going to get hit in the backfield. Got loose, got about 3 yard gain on that one after he slipped the contact there in the backfield. Still going to be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's a really nice read by Nichols. He saw that from a mile away. If you roll that back, you'd see that Meisman would have probably been better off to let that ball go and let the back take it on the front side of it. They had numbers to the front side and a tackle working on Chris Jones, which, he's giving up 100 pounds in that situation. So you had a little movement there.
Deuces left and right once again. 3rd down and 10 from the 24 for the Hilltoppers. Cavaliers coming up, a little bit of press coverage there. And a blitz from the right-hand side. Was able to complete the pass, but the Cavaliers were there to stuff it and keep them short of the line to go. Going to bring up 4th down and looks like 4 yards, 4.5 yard line.
Anthony Campbell did a nice job there. He's kind of bodied the corner off of him, and they were sort of tied up together, and he sort of trapped the ball between his left arm and his rib cage and made the play. Lost his helmet for good measure.
And so they're going to attempt a field goal now. Going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt. First one attempt for Aiden Grella. He's a freshman, 6 foot, 200-pound kicker. Plenty of leg, and it is good. Looked like it was wide right there for a moment, but got through.
Well, yeah, he had a little stutter start, to get going. He actually left a little early. Technically moving toward the line of scrimmage.
Possible a rare false start on a kicker?
It's happened before. You can call that. They kind of give him the benefit of the doubt usually, but that was an adventure.
So Hilltoppers are on the board now. 10-3 Cavaliers, 4:08 to go. And looks like we're going to flip it here. We'll step aside here for a short period of time. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's Rex Combs, Rex in the Morning on AM 1310, inviting you to tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. for unforgettable favorites, music news, and more. With myself, Clint Marshall on News and Sports, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Rex in the Morning, it's all about the music, right here on AM 1310, WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Yeah. Still got time, maybe. Oh, we're back in action here, Walsh University Football. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Jason Jividen, and we've got a back-and-forth ball game here. 4:08 left as the Cavaliers are coming back on the field here to receive their second kick of the ball game. Cavaliers so far look pretty good both sides of the ball. You know, they've done some good things. Both teams have a turnover. West Liberty, Cavaliers turned both teams turned that into points for them. Cavs turned it into to 3 as well as West Liberty. So we get some more stats handed to us. I've mentioned it a couple times, but once again, folks, Q92 Sports, Q92radiosports.com is a great website that's got everything right there for you. It shows the field, shows where the ball is, shows total yards. You can track everything there, and we're going to get into actual stats here at halftime, but pretty even both sides. And that kick is a little bit, and it is going to be going to the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, so Cavaliers going to take over with 4:08 to go.
Yeah, this is that part of the field where you've got a whole new script for this. This is your middle 8, right? The 4 minutes at the end of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. Now, this isn't one of those double situations because we know that the Hilltoppers are going to get the ball to start the second half. So what you want to do here is you want to use your offense to run the clock down to the point where they can't build a new drive and get points, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown. You want to get down and convert and use up that clock.
4:08 to go here, 1st and 10, Cavaliers, as they take over at their own 25-yard line. Wickard here, going to pull back, flush to the left-hand side, going to throw, got a man over the top, and lots of contact, and they're going to call it.
Yeah. They got it. Yeah, that's number 81, Noah Willing on the crosser there, and number 21, the corner there, linebacker Cam Turner just reached out and grabbed him. And by design there, you end up with a wide receiver crossing the formation. The only guy that's there to cover him is the outside linebacker, and that's a mismatch in space. He just can't run with him.
And into the ball game, quarterback on that last throw is Brendan Zerbrug. Deuces to the left, single to the right here. Zerbrug in the backfield with 2 off his right hip, one being Will Butler. Will Butler now in motion. Going to hand it off to Gill. Going to cut up. Good move there. And got at least 4 yards on that one for the Cavaliers.
Will Butler in that short motion ran what we call a wrap block, right? Which is you wrap up the field, and first man there is your man. And he took that inside linebacker and just folded him over backwards.
2nd down and 6 now for the Cavaliers. Plenty of time on the clock. 3 timeouts left. 3:33 to go. Throw out of the flats. Caught. Short of the line to go. Forced out of bounds. Just short. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Cavaliers.
As Lorenzana on the reception there. He's really doing the bulk of the work spelling Jake Gill.
Third down now, 3:23 left. Still lots of time on the clock for the Cavaliers. Now midfield at their own 49-yard line. Deuces to the right. Single left here for Zerbrug. He's going to pull it back, let it go. Screen pass. First down and a lot more for the Cavaliers. Got hammered, knocked out of bounds. But it's a first down for the Cavs. They're going to move those chains now into the territory of West Liberty.
Braden Springer doesn't do anything half speed. I'm telling you what, he can't be more than 5'9", 195 pounds at the most. But he is going to go 100% every time he gets near a football.
1st and 10 from the 45 of the Hilltoppers. 5 wide for the Cavs. Sling it, fell down, got up. Tremendous job getting his feet underneath him. He's not happy with himself because he knew he could get some yardage out of that one. But regardless, it's a completion, 2nd down and 4 for the Cavs.
And Zerberg actually looked like he took a little bit off that and let him recover.
Yeah.
Like he literally kind of threw him a changeup and let him just kind of gather himself, get the catch. And, you pick up 6, you're 2nd and 4, you're ahead of the sticks, and everything looks good from here.
Grant Knight on that reception. And Zerberg going to take off on his own. 1st down on a QB RPO. Just pulled it back, took off on his own. Great read there, 1st and 10 Cavaliers. And Zerberg's got wheels.
Absolutely. Number 7, I want to say that was number 70, Cam Clarkson. He just turned the corner and caved in the whole right. Either one of them could have taken that ball for 6 to 10 yards.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Zerberg's 40 time is. I did see he ran some track in high school. I think he put up like a 10.96 or something in the 100 meter. So that's pretty darn quick for a quarterback. And you saw it right there. He just took off from the line of scrimmage and fired in there. It's 1st and 10 now as we got a quick timeout. We're going to stay here with you. 2 minutes left in this one. Cavs up 10-3. And when play resumes, it'll be 1st and 10 from what is that? The 27 looks like. Almost into the red zone.
And what we talked about in the pregame, Jeff, about the Walsh Cavaliers using their depth. And you're seeing it already. We've seen 5, 6, 7 receivers, I think, at this point. And you're starting to see a little bit of mix with the running backs, and now you're seeing Zerberg back there at the helm. This is a team that's got some depth, and when you play these early games, it's about feeling out where you think these guys are going to be, because this isn't the same team that you're going to have in Week 8.
Right.
This is going to be a different football team by then, and so this is really those growing stages. You get out in a Week 0, you shorten camp just a little bit as compared to some of your compatriots there, and then you have to get out and see what you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been beating on other guys in gold helmets for the last 5 weeks.
Right.
So when you turn it loose on somebody else, you have to get a good grade on these guys, especially guys that haven't seen a lot of playing time in previous seasons.
Well, and I'll tell you, Jason, the eye test for us last year versus this year, you wouldn't know the youth at that wide receiver core right now. They're doing a great job getting separation, bringing all but really one pass in, really one drop that should have been caught. But other than that, look pretty darn good. As we wait here, I'm going to thank a few sponsors. Beery Cheese, always been a great sponsor of Q92. Lucky Heating and Cooling, they sponsor in the red zone. We're nearly there for the Cavaliers. Hopefully they can get it in there. AWP Safety. Hello to Drew and the crew over there. Altman, DeVille Apartments, Huntington, Bell Stores, Cleveland Clinic, and Chick-fil-A. Thank you all for all your support for these young men here at Walsh University. And we're back in action now, 1st and 10 Cavaliers. Single left, single right. Going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to run off tackle, bounce it outside a little bit, hit the gap there, and get a couple yards on his feet.
Yeah, that's Lorenzana again. In that zone stretch, he's able to accelerate quickly. He's a little shiftier than Gill, although we've seen a lot of shake out of Gill.
Right.
But he's just a smaller back. He's a little bit quicker laterally. So he does give you a different eye line when you're at linebacker position.
Deuce is right. Will Butler in motion left to right. And another handoff. And up the middle, very close to a 1st down. And we'll wait to see if he converted it into the Lucky Heating and Cooling red zone.
He's going to be just about a football short. Again, you see that shift, right? You said that's zone right, and he just he kind of gave it one little shake, put his foot in the ground, got vertical on the backside hip of the center.
Xavier, good piece of running there, and now Jake Gill back in the ball game. They're going to give it to Gill. Gill's going to bounce it outside as well, and he's going to get the 1st down. He had a crowd in front of him. Put his right foot in the ground, went left, and then went forward for the 1st down. So great job there for Gill to convert to 1st down.
And finished that with Seamus Mann, the safety. He was wearing him like a backpack.
46 seconds left. Cavs have 3 timeouts left, so they're not in a huge hurry here. And it looks like Hilltopper's going to take a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPM.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Walsh Cavalier Football here on Q92 Sports. Thanks for joining us here. 40 seconds left, 10 to 3 Cavaliers. Cavaliers threatening to punch it in here right before halftime. Deuces right, single left. Zerbrug at the helm here still in a shotgun. Gonna drop back, looking to the left, throw to Gill out of the backfield. Touchdown Cavaliers! Jake Gill on a swing route out of the backfield. Touchdown.
Yeah, just ran the rail right up the left sideline. Off those two slants coming from that side, made a nice open space for him, got behind the defender. The flat defender had to turn and run, too late.
So really, Cavaliers punch it in there 16 to 3 before this PAT with 35 seconds left here in the first half. As the sun starts to set behind us, Cavaliers now, PAT attempt. Here's a snap, ball down, and not sure if it was a poor hold there, but it was kicked right into the back of the lineman, and so that's gonna be a live ball. But let's see, 16 to 3 Cavaliers as they miss that PAT. Cavaliers going to kick off now with 35 seconds left. If you recall, the Cavaliers had the first possession of the ball game, so they Hilltoppers will receive here after the first half.
And we talked about that middle eight, how you run that 4-minute drill when you're not the team getting the ball back in the second half. Did a nice job. The Coach Petrilla, easy for me to say, had a really nice script, had a really nice personnel groupings, a lot of new guys on the field together that we hadn't seen before. Yeah. It does cause some confusion in the defensive backfield, and what you end up with is you take 3.5 of those 4 minutes off the clock, put 6 points on the board. Really good execution by the Cavaliers.
So 35 seconds left in this first half here. Cavs up 16 to 3. Cavaliers now up to 285 yards, total yards there for the first half. I tell you, Zerbrug came in there, and not that Wickard didn't look great, but created a spark there for the Cavaliers. Really poised, really impressed with him. I watched him play quite a bit when he was at Alliance, and really good ball club in high school. So I saw a lot of his stuff there, and just very poised young man, and looked really good there.
Yeah, it looked like he was comfortable in the pocket. Wasn't rushed in any way. Has a multitude of throws, can work. You can see him working a little off platform at times, which is can be certainly helpful.
Yeah.
When you're throwing into traffic or throwing around guys, look good.
And now back to receive is Kalen Simmons and Jalen Harcum and they're going to pick it up, going to run. It was a squib kick there, and he's going to bounce it to the outside. Got some room to run, and a good return there for the Hilltoppers. Get it down to the 33-yard line, and they're going to take over 1st and 10. 1 timeout left, and they got 30 seconds here before half.
Yeah,
and that was Anthony Campbell on the return.
Yeah, Anthony Campbell's been a contributor all night, and both on offense and in special teams. You know that you've had a bit of a breakdown in the special teams, though, because your kicker it was essentially the closest to the ball and running him out of bounds.
Yeah.
So you definitely don't want Harper making a lot of plays out there.
It's usually a problem when the kicker's involved, unless it's Pat McAfee, right?
Right.
1st and 10 now for the Hilltoppers, and they've got 4 wide. And it looks like they're on their own 30-yard line, so they spotted it a little bit back further. And great run there. 1st down and a lot more, all the way down to the 44-yard line. 1st down, Hilltoppers, not what the Cavs wanted to see there on a first play.
No, and it throws a monkey wrench in the offensive coordinator's lap too, because he's thinking we're going to run the clock out. You gain a 12. Now you're close to midfield. Now we can take a shot at this.
Clean pocket here on the reception. Over to Patterson. Great pursuit and tackle for the Cavalier defense. And that's going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah, Michael Hammond-Williams picked up Patterson on the cross there and just continued as the ball's in the air. Some guys have a tendency to sort of pull up a little bit to see where the ball ends up. He didn't. He just accelerated right through, made the play.
And the Hilltoppers are just going to let that one wind out to halftime. So that'll do it at the end of the first half. It's Cavaliers 16, Hilltoppers 3. We'll step aside on Q92 Sports. You've been listening to Jeff Tyler, Jason Jividen. We'll be right back.
Success takes teamwork on the field and on the job. And just like the Walsh Cavaliers, Beery Cheese knows great teams are built with great people. That's why Beery Cheese, proud supporter of Walsh Cavaliers football, is looking for great people to join our team. Established in 1929, Beery Cheese is one of America's top cheese manufacturers, with more than 400 employees strong. We offer a culture focused on quality, teamwork, and celebrating success together. Ready to be a part of a winning team? Your next big opportunity starts here. Visit beerycheese.com/careers and apply today.
Whether you're treasure hunting, gift shopping, or just looking for something different, the Hartville Marketplace and Flea Market has it all. From apparel and home decor to jewelry, toys, antiques, and one-of-a-kind finds. There's something for everyone. Shop the outdoor flea market every Monday, Friday, and Saturday, and visit the indoor marketplace Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 5. Get all the details at hartvillemarketplace.com.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show. Weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 Sports has you covered. Head over to the Q92 Sports page on SoundCloud right now. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball. We've got it all there for you to listen to in our massive archive that stretches from today's games all the way back to the launch of Q92 Sports in 2016. Follow Q92 Sports on SoundCloud today.
More football action coming up in just a few moments. Right now, it's time for halftime news. A $33 million expansion moving forward at the Pro Football Hall of Fame after NFL owners approved funding for the project. There was no immediate word of the size of the financial commitment. The third phase of the Hall's Evolve 2030 plan will add 8,000 square feet to the museum, including a new grand lobby and the Coach John Madden broadcast studio. The Hall will also create interactive exhibits highlighting the NFL's first 100 years and its member teams. Full 6-phase transformation plan expected to cost about $102 million. The U.S. Army says an expansion at Metallus will help strengthen the nation's defense industrial base. The company and Army held a ribbon cutting Wednesday in Perry Township for new manufacturing equipment that will produce steel for 155-millimeter artillery shells. The project received nearly $100 million from the Army and $3.5 million from Jobs Ohio. The expansion includes a Bloom reheat furnace, roller furnace, and automated saw line, and adds about a dozen jobs. The investment supports the Army's goal of producing 100,000 of the artillery shells each month. Punctured gas line forced Northwest High School students to evacuate to Stinson Elementary this morning. Superintendent Sean Brayman says all students were safe and accounted for. Police and fire crews were on the scene. The road was blocked at the school entrance. The gas line was repaired as of 11:30. Students then returned to class. Police seeking the public's help locating a missing man. 35-year-old Mark Waters was last seen Monday in the 2700 block of Edelweiss Street Northeast in Plain Township after leaving on foot. Waters, 5'10", about 150 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Call the Stark County Sheriff's Office at 330-430-3800 with any information. Jackson Board of Education looking for someone to fill an open seat after a board member moved out of the district. Tanya Wright's resignation takes effect September 12th. Applications are due by 3 p.m. September 11th. Applicants must live in the district and be registered voters. The board will interview applicants September 21st and appoint a replacement the following day. Two 80-year-old men were killed in an October 2024 crash that's now the focus of a Portage County trial. 44-year-old Matthew Sims of Minerva faces 2 counts each of aggravated vehicular homicide plus OVI. Prosecutors allege Sims was under the influence of multiple drugs when his car collided with a vehicle on Route 44 in Rootstown Township. According to the Record Courier, the defense says Sims was not at fault and there's no evidence the drugs impaired his driving. Proceedings began Tuesday. A dog owner in Negley will not be allowed to have any dogs for the next 4 years after a May attack that seriously injured a woman. 63-year-old Jill Brothers pleaded no contest Wednesday in Columbiana County Municipal Court to vicious dog and dog bite violations. Judge Danielle Menning sentenced her to 4 years of probation with a 120-day jail sentence suspended. Brothers' dog was declared a vicious dog after the attack on Tomahawk Drive. The victim suffered severe bite wounds. Those in Columbiana County who need back-to-school vaccines can get them through the County Health District in Lisbon. Health Commissioner Dr. Wes Vins says the district has adequate supplies, including the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. Columbiana County has not had a reported measles case, but Vins says cases have been reported regionally. County Health District also wants people in Salem and East Liverpool to know they can use its services regardless of where they live or whether they have insurance. Additional clinics have been opened for children who are uninsured, as well as patients with Medicaid or private insurance. Appointments are required. For more information, call 330-424-0272. A Youngstown couple accused of locking an 11-year-old boy in a dog cage is now facing charges. 67-year-old Franklin Heiser and 33-year-old Chu Wei Zheng were arraigned Wednesday in Youngstown Municipal Court on felony child endangering charges. Bond set at $50,000 for each. Police say the boy was found in the cage during a house fire August 3rd. Preliminary hearing set for Wednesday. Truck driver in custody after a Mahoning County jury found him guilty in the 2019 rape of a 13-year-old girl. 44-year-old Shavkat Abshukarov was convicted of rape and kidnapping. His bond was revoked. He was taken into custody. A sentencing date has not been set. The Highway Patrol found 3 nude photos of the girl on the man's phone. The girl testified she approached Abshukarov's semi on an I-76 ramp in North Jackson and asked for help getting to a hospital. She said he instead took her to the sleeping cab of his truck where he raped her and took the photos. The grandmother charged in the Vinton County child endangerment case has requested a new bond hearing. According to Common Pleas court documents, the attorney representing 68-year-old Christina Siders submitted a request to modify the conditions of her bond, which is currently set at $300,000. The attorney argued the bond was excessive given her age, serious health concerns, and lack of criminal history. A similar request was denied earlier this month. Christina, one of 4 family members charged after 16 children were found living in a Hamden home in what officials describe as deplorable conditions. In the weeks after their arrests, all 4 Siders requested and were ordered to undergo competency evaluations. More football action coming your way in just a few moments. This has been the Halftime News.
Success takes teamwork on the field and on the job. And just like the Walsh Cavaliers, Beery Cheese knows great teams are built with great people. That's why Beery Cheese, a proud supporter of Walsh Cavaliers football, is looking for great people to join our team. Established in 1929, Beery Cheese is one of America's top cheese manufacturers, with more than 400 employees strong. We offer a culture focused on quality, teamwork, and celebrating success together. Ready to be a part of a winning team? Your next big opportunity starts here. Visit beerycheese.com/careers and apply today.
More football action coming up in just a few moments. Right now it's time for Halftime News. A $33 million expansion moving forward at the Pro Football Hall of Fame after NFL owners approved funding for the project. There's no immediate word of the size of the financial commitment. The third phase of the Hall's Evolve 2030 plan will add 8,000 square feet to the museum, including a new grand lobby and the Coach John Madden broadcast studio. The Hall will also create interactive exhibits highlighting the NFL's first 100 years and its member teams. Full 6-phase transformation plan expected to cost about $102 million. The U.S. Army says an expansion at Metallus will help strengthen the nation's defense industrial base. The company and Army held a ribbon cutting Wednesday in Perry Township for new manufacturing equipment that will produce steel for 155 millimeter artillery shells. The project received nearly $100 million from the Army and $3.5 million from Jobs Ohio. The expansion includes a bloom reheat furnace, roller furnace, and automated saw line, and adds about a dozen jobs. The investment supports the Army's goal of producing 100,000 of the artillery shells each month. Punctured gas line forced Northwest High School students to evacuate to Stinson Elementary this morning. Superintendent Sean Brayman says all students were safe and accounted for. Police and fire crews were on the scene. The road was blocked at the school entrance. The gas line was repaired as of 11:30. Students then returned to class. Police seeking the public's help locating a missing man. 35-year-old Mark Waters was last seen Monday in the 2700 block of Edelweiss Street Northeast in Plain Township after leaving on foot. Waters, 5'10", about 150 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Call the Stark County Sheriff's Office at 330-430-3800 with any information. Jackson Board of Education looking for someone to fill an open seat after a board member moved out of the district. Tanya Wright's resignation takes effect September 12th. Applications are due by 3 p.m. September 11th. Applicants must live in the district and be registered voters. The board will interview applicants September 21st and appoint a replacement the following day. 2 80-year-old men were killed in an October 2024 crash that's now the focus of a Portage County trial. 44-year-old Matthew Sims of Minerva faces 2 counts each of aggravated vehicular homicide plus OVI. Prosecutors allege Sims was under the influence of multiple drugs when his car collided with a vehicle on Route 44 in Rootstown Township. According to the Record Courier, the defense says Sims was not at fault and there's no evidence the drugs impaired his driving. Proceedings began Tuesday. A dog owner in Negley will not be allowed to have any dogs for the next 4 years after a May attack that seriously injured a woman. 63-year-old Jill Brothers pleaded no contest Wednesday in Columbiana County Municipal Court to vicious dog and dog bite violations. Judge Danielle Menning sentenced her to 4 years of probation with a 120-day jail sentence suspended. Brothers' dog was declared a vicious dog after the attack on Tomahawk Drive. The victim suffered severe bite wounds. Those in Columbiana County who need back-to-school vaccines can get them through the County Health District in Lisbon. Health Commissioner Dr. Wes Vins says the district has adequate supplies, including the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. Columbiana County has not had a reported measles case, but Vins says cases have been reported regionally. County Health District also wants people in Salem and East Liverpool to know they can use its services regardless of where they live or whether they have insurance. Additional clinics have been opened for children who are uninsured as well as patients with Medicaid or private insurance. Appointments are required. For more information, call 330-424-0272. A Youngstown couple accused of locking an 11-year-old boy in a dog cage is now facing charges. 67-year-old Franklin Heiser and 33-year-old Chu Wei Zheng were arraigned Wednesday in Youngstown Municipal Court on felony child endangering charges. Bond set at $50,000 for each. Police say the boy was found in the cage during a house fire August 3rd. Preliminary hearing set for Wednesday. Truck driver in custody after a Mahoning County jury found him guilty in the 2019 rape of a 13-year-old girl. 44-year-old Shavkat Abshukarov was convicted of rape and kidnapping. His bond was revoked. He was taken into custody. A sentencing date has not been set. The Highway Patrol found 3 nude photos of the girl on the man's phone. The girl testified she approached Abshukarov's semi on an I-76 ramp in North Jackson and asked for help getting to a hospital. She said he instead took her to the sleeping cab of his truck where he raped her and took the photos. The grandmother charged in the Vinton County child endangerment case has requested a new bond hearing. According to Common Pleas court documents, the attorney representing 68-year-old Christina Siders submitted a request to modify the conditions of her bond, which is currently set at $300,000. The attorney argued the bond was excessive given her age, serious health concerns, and lack of criminal history. A similar request was denied earlier this month. Christina, one of 4 family members charged after 16 children were found living in a Hamden home in what officials describe as deplorable conditions. In the weeks after their arrests, all 4 Siders requested and were ordered to undergo competency evaluations. More football action coming your way in just a few moments. This has been the Halftime News.
Make sure you're following Q92 Sports on social media. We bring you the absolute best in local sports news, live play-by-play action, exclusive player and coach interviews, game day photos, and so much more. Never miss an update. Just search and follow at Q92 Sports across all your favorite platforms and subscribe today. Stay connected to the teams, the games, and the moments that matter most. Q92 Sports, your home for local sports.
At Walsh University, excellence means more than academic achievement. It means forming men and women of character through transformational learning. With nationally recognized academics, award-winning athletics, and personal mentorship, students discover their calling in an affordable, faith-filled community. And with a holistic approach that builds skills for the span of a career, Walsh graduates stay adaptable in a world where AI is shaping the workplace. Walsh University, preparing you for success for life.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to the halftime show here, Walsh University Football, sponsored by Beery Cheese on Q92 Sports Network. Jason, great first half there. A lot of things that we pregame and, even earlier this week was looking at, you and I, and kind of thought what would happen. Seemed to really be the case with some key players on offense and defense. And with the 16-3 lead here out of the gate, looks pretty good.
The Cavaliers came out taking the first possession and really working to their advantage, which is the veteran leadership that they have on that offensive team, getting Butler and Gill and Gooding involved in the offense right away, really loosened things up for the rest of the half. Getting down there, getting a quick score was a great start, and then the defense doing what the Walsh defense does. I would love to tell you that it's a smothering attacking defense, but it's not. What it is a sound, solid gap integrity. Tons of gap integrity, smart football, and allows a little bit of stretch there. And what they've done is just bottle up the Hilltoppers offense. They've managed to get a couple of big plays here and there. They did put 3 on the board. But overall, they've been able to contain this offense, which from the very beginning we thought was going to start taking shots early.
Adam Furback's done a great job here, mixing in, losing some talent on that side of the ball, but mixing in some young guys, as well as on the offensive side of the ball with the wide receivers. Started to spread it out a little bit there. Walsh finished the first half, 285 yards total, 188 passing, rushing 97 yards and 9 first downs. West Liberty had 174 total yards, 104 passing, 70 rushing. I think Cavs are happy with those two numbers, holding them to 104 passing and 70 rushing. They had more first downs, but the Cavaliers were able to convert to points.
Yeah, and I think when you've got Jake Gill averaging 7 yards a carry, this is going to make the rest of your offense look pretty good.
So we got about 4 minutes, 4:20 here left before we kick off second half. Cavaliers will be kicking off to the Hilltoppers. Jason, as anyone with your experience that, those halftime discussions is all about adjustments. What do we need to do? What did we do well that we want to do more of? What did we do poorly that we want to go away from?
Without question. And what you're going to see, I think what you're going to see is, for the Cavaliers, it's a little bit of business as usual, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got such a veteran squad. You've got a couple of young guys that you're mixing in, but for the most part, you've got guys that have been around. They understand the stakes of the game. They understand what it takes to finish a game. We talked about building a culture of winning. At some point, you got to learn how to win, right? And these guys have been there. They've done it. Now, for the Hilltoppers, I think what's going to happen here is you've got to now move from, hey, we had all the excitement early, right?
Yeah.
It's a brand new program, brand new coaching staff. We're going to turn this thing up. Well, now you're down 13 going into a second half against a veteran ball club. You really have to buckle down and stick to your knitting. And I think you're going to see a lot more of Patterson. I was a little surprised that we didn't see a little more of that sort of run action and let Meisman just stand back there and take his shots. Instead, we saw a little bit more of the quick passes, a little more of the swing passes. That's still coming, I'm afraid. We're still going to see that because Patterson's been effective,
right?
In spots especially, but as a runner and a receiver.
Yes.
So you can't run him to death, but you can certainly get your worth.
Definitely been more effective in the passing game, getting him out of the pocket with his speed, breakaway speed. If we've seen it, he's got a motor without question. One thing we discussed with the Cavaliers pregame is Jake Gill and how he is a dual threat, and he put up 7 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown, and also has the other touchdown receiving. So. Tremendous job for him. One catch out of the backfield, which I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of him out of the backfield on the receiving side of it this half, because they do like to go to him a lot there. But, I mean, definitely effective on both sides of the ball. Both quarterbacks look solid for the Cavaliers. Exactly what we thought we would see. Zurbrugg finished the half there. And, it's a good problem to have as a head coach to say, I got 2 studs out there under center. Or really shotgun.
Right.
Nobody's really under center anymore. But it's a good problem to have for Coach Fank, having 2 good quarterbacks like that.
And it was really it wasn't a big change. They allowed the sort of the game to come to them and went ahead and just made a change there for the 4-minute drill. And that really may be just strategically how they're going to use Zurbrugg early on in the season, because he didn't have the full year with the playbook, the full couple of years that Wickert's had,
right?
And so you spell him in places where he's comfortable,
right.
So when we're going 4 wide in a 4-minute drill, man, that's where he shines.
Yeah.
And so that's a really great use of a 2 quarterback without getting into a true sort of alternating quarterback system. You have some packages. You say, hey, Zurbrug's going to run this. He's going to run this drill, or he's going to run the 2-minute, he's going to run the 4-minute, or what have you.
On the West Liberty side of the ball, a little bit different, I think, from what I thought we would see from their offense. You got a coach coming in here touted as, being able to sling the rock. You got a quarterback who obviously can sling it. He's got school record here, throwing over 500 yards in a game. And for the Cavaliers to hold him to 10 for 16, 81 total yards, we will take that every day, including Sunday.
Every day, all day. If you can, and really what it comes down to is just holding position in the back end. Greer has been outstanding. The one interference call notwithstanding. But when it comes to the strength of that coverage unit, it's really Jeri Moore and Ryan Page in the back.
Yeah. So Cavaliers now back on the field. Both squads ready to roll. We got 15 on the board here. Cavaliers are kicking off. Cavs are going left to right now. It's like a near full moon out there, Jason. We might need to get a photo of that one over the trees there. I don't know if it's a full moon or not, but it's darn close.
I have to tell you, though, this is a beautiful environment.
It really is.
It's almost like they dropped a football field right in the middle of a forest, and you get to look out over the hill, and it's a beautiful view from here.
And I got to give a shout-out to West Liberty. They've taken care of us. They got a display of food and drinks here for us, and here's the kick. Start the second half, going to field it 1 yard deep into the end zone. He's going to bring it out. Goes to the 16-yard line. Good coverage there by the Cavaliers as the first possession, second half for the Hilltoppers, going to start what I call inside their own dead zone at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and the good coverage by the Cavaliers there. We talked about gap integrity on the defense. That was gap integrity or lane integrity on the kickoff coverage team, including Anthony Fortunato made the play.
Local product there, Stark County, the Fortunato brothers. Great job on the coverage there. 16-3 Cavaliers as you got man in motion here. Going to hand off, going to run to the left. Good open field coverage by the Cavaliers and multiple Cavaliers there to swoop in and make that tackle.
Yeah, by design, I think that's Simmons on the carry there, doing a little kind of cross-up counter, but nothing was available there. The whole backside of that formation was taken up between Jones and and Nichols.
A little decoy there with Hunter Patterson and then running the other way. 14:21 to go. Third quarter, Cavs up 16-3. You're listening to Jeff Tyler, Jason Jividen. Thanks for joining us here at Q92 Sports. Quarterback going to drop back, looking, throw. Just a quick pass over the middle. Got a few on that one. It's going to bring up third down and short for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it was a really nice play by Chris Jones in the flat. He has coverage on Patterson, took that away, and made the quarterback work through his progression.
Hurry up offense now on third down. They're going to hand it off, bounce it outside, and great move there to get the first down, and it's going to move the chains for the Hilltoppers. Was Patterson in the open field. Boy, he's tough to bring down one-on-one in the open field.
He is shifty and he is fast, and it's real speed. It's not the, you see some Friday night speed. This is Saturday speed. He can play.
13 and a half now to go here in the third quarter. Completely dark out here now. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. Deuces left, single right. Man in the backfield off the left hip of the quarterback. Man in motion now. They're going to hand off to Patterson. Right off tackle. Ran hard. Got 9 yards on that. Close to the first down. Going to be second down and short for West Liberty.
Yeah, found a gap on the backside of that. Took 2 stutter steps and got downhill in a hurry.
Good north and south running there on that one for Patterson. He's got shift in him, but that's the first time he's really hit the hole hard and got 9. Second down and 1 for the Hilltoppers. 2 to the right, 2 in the backfield off the hip of the quarterback. Meisman going to pull it back, screen pass. That would have been a live ball, but he caught it and brought down. We'll see where the spot is. It's going to be close. We got a perfect vantage point here.
It's being a little short.
I thought it was too, and it is going to be a little bit short. They might. Let's see if they are not going to bring the chains out. So they're going to call that one short. Third down and 8 inches.
Yeah, Detweiler did a nice job rallying to the football. We talked about that in the first half where we gave too much room to some of these swing passes. Detweiler now playing that side of the field is really closing that down.
And they are under center here. Thought about it. Oh, breaking loose as Patterson gets to the outside, and he's going to cross to the 40, the 35, the 30, pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They packed it in like they were going to do a Philadelphia QB sneak. Just handed it off to Patterson. He was off to the races with one move.
Yeah, when you get all 22 packed into the middle of the field like that, that can happen. When you get, all he's got to do is find a seam, and all of a sudden you're looking around for the next guy in the defensive backfield. Unfortunately, they were only about 4 yards deep, so they had to turn and run to kind of corral him along the sidelines.
Biggest run there of the game for Patterson, and that they're cleared out of the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Deuces left, single right. Patterson off the right hip. Man in motion now, going to hand it off to the jet sweep and cut it up. But the Cavaliers were there to stop it, tried to rake that ball out and cause a fumble, but he was able to hold on to it after a couple yards gain.
Yeah, again, that's number 4, Simmons, Kaylon Simmons. You're starting to see him get involved more and more in this sort of lateral running game. Come on, off the counter. Because, I mean, obviously everybody is watching Patterson, so they're looking like maybe they want to take some shots going across the formation as Patterson dives.
10:52 left here in the third quarter. Cavaliers holding on a 16-3 lead here. Man in motion again, right to left. Now trips on the left. Meisman going to hand it off up the middle. Another run. Cavaliers starting to give up some yardage up the middle of the field. Close to a first down, but it's going to be short, third down, and it looks like 2 yards to go.
Yeah, that was just old school power, single back power. He wrap the guard around, get him up into the gap, head on the linebacker, and let the back follow.
10-20 and ticking. Hilltoppers taking their time getting this play in. Third down and 3 now, looks like. Meisman going to take his time, make sure his linemen know what the play is here. Patterson in the backfield off the left hip. Deuces to the left, single to the right. Man in motion now, right to left. Going to pass up the middle. Flag right away. And we'll see what that is. Line judge over there threw that one, so we'll see who that's on.
That's either going to be illegal motion or illegal formation because it looked like the receiver went in motion off the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like the Cavaliers got a player down.
Right.
And so that is on the offense. Looks like an injury timeout. We'll step aside for this injury. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 Sports has you covered. Head over to the Q92 Sports page on SoundCloud right now. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball. We've got it all there for you to listen to in our massive archive that stretches from today's games all the way back to the launch of Q92 Sports in 2016. Follow Q92 Sports on SoundCloud today.
Hey everyone, it's Rex Combs, Rex in the Morning on AM 1310, inviting you to tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. for unforgettable favorites, music news, and more. With myself, Clint Marshall on News and Sports, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Rex in the Morning, it's all about the music right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And we're back in action here for Walsh football, and carted off the field there. Actually, not carted, I'm sorry. He left on his own accord was Donovan Detweiler. He was down for a moment, but he walked off under his own accord with helmet off, so looks like he will be okay after that. 9:43 to go. Reset here, 3rd down and 8. After that penalty at the line of scrimmage there for the Hilltoppers. And they're going to drop back. They're going to take a shot at the end zone. One-on-one, tremendous effort, but incomplete pass. Really good coverage by Walsh. And they nearly brought that one in, but it's going to be incomplete pass. Going to bring up 4th down. And Hilltoppers got a decision to make on this one.
Yeah, nice work on the corner route there. For Meisman, you just want to drive that ball a little further back toward the flag and let your receiver run to it. Receiver has to hold up just a little bit, gives the corner plenty of opportunity then to make a play on the ball. Nice play by the Walsh defense.
And the Hilltoppers are going to bring up the kicking unit. They're going to go for a field goal here, a 40-yard attempt for Aiden Greta. And here's the snap. Ball's down, kicks up, plenty of leg. Fired that one right down the middle from the right hash. And a great kick there. Plenty of leg on that, young man. So that's going to be 16-6 now. Cavaliers still holding that 10-point edge.
Nearly a 40-yard field goal. They're going to have to send a guy on the parking lot to get that one.
Yeah, I think he bounced one off a couple cars out there.
He kicked that ball about 65 yards.
Little deceiving from the first kick. He kicked it, didn't really, half the yards didn't really hardly go through. I guess he was just going for accuracy, but definitely got some leg into that one. 9:27 left here, and timeout on the field. We're going to step aside here for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back here on Q92.
At Walsh University, excellence means more than academic achievement. It means forming men and women of character through transformational learning. With nationally recognized academics, award-winning athletics, and personal mentorship, students discover their calling in an affordable, faith-filled community. And with a holistic approach that builds skills for the span of a career, Walsh graduates stay adaptable in a world where AI is shaping the workplace. Walsh University, preparing you for success for life.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Cavalier Football here on a Thursday night. Kickoff the season here in West Virginia. Jason Jividen, Jeff Tyler bringing you the action. We got 9:27 left here in the third quarter. 16-6 on that first play drive there. Hilltoppers were able to put 3 more back up on the board. Move the rock a little bit, and I spoke too soon there in halftime. I think Patterson heard me and said he's going to start running the rock a little bit, and kind of went off on us on that one. So we'll see if the Cavs can get back to containing him a little bit better and keeping our offense on the field.
Yeah, and that's one of those deals. As an offensive coordinator, you love to see a little success running the football because you know what happens next, right? Is they start building up on that run action, and you start to try to throw the ball behind. They tried the corner route late, didn't convert on it, but certainly gave themselves an opportunity because of the coverage. The coverage that was left because of how much the Walsh Cavaliers have to commit to the line of scrimmage.
So 9:27 after that first drive of that half. Cavaliers going to get the ball back now for the first time this half. 16-6 Cavs holding on to a lead as the Hilltoppers going to kick it away. Floats it down to the 1 yard line. They're going to bring that one out across the 10 to the 15. Got it outside. Flags flying everywhere from multiple judges, or officials rather. And then another extra one, or some extracurricular activities on the sideline of Walsh as some of the Hilltoppers went into there. And we'll see what the officials sort out with this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to get Luke Dobbins on a hold or an illegal block in the middle of that, kind of in the middle of the mess between the 20 and 30-yard lines. On the sidelines, it was really hard to tell. There was a large mass of humanity over there.
A lot of
bodies.
A lot of limbs flying around over there. So officials going to take their time to sort this one out here. Cavs first possession of the game. Can't really tell who's in quarterback, if it is Wickard or Zerbrugge, but we'll sort that out here in a moment. Once again, folks, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Beery Cheese, big sponsor for Q92, as well as Lucky Heating and Cooling. They are sponsoring the Red Zone. We've called it out a few times tonight. Give Lucky a call if you need anything. Heating and Cooling, 330-339-9379. And then other sponsors for Walsh University, as well as AWP Safety, Altman, DeVille Apartments, Huntington, Cleveland Clinic, Bell Stores, and Chick-fil-A. We really appreciate all the support, not only for these young men, but also the young ladies over there at Walsh University. So many great programs. Campus is flourishing if you haven't been over there. The stadium looks tremendous, and now we got the call here, and it is a holding on the Cavaliers. Okay. So Cavaliers holding call and a 15-yard personal foul for unnecessary roughness on the Hilltoppers. So the officials are going to walk one way and walk back the next. 9:20 to go here in the third. Like I said, things are flourishing over there at Walsh University, especially athletics. The men's basketball team last year went clear to the Elite Eight, lost to a team that really I thought they would win probably 8 out of 10 times, just wasn't able to get over the hump, but another 30-win season for Coach J.Y. The women's volleyball team is ranked 1 right now, and so many other great successes there with Walsh University and the sports, not to mention the academics and everything that they're doing over there. Swords up for those Cavaliers and everyone else out there. 9:20 left here, third quarter. Cavaliers back in action. Man in motion left to right, dropping back, and it is going to be Wickard starting. And he's going to throw it deep, wobbler, 50-50 ball, and lots of contact both ways, but it's going to be an incomplete pass there. Cavs took a shot deep, clear down to the other 30, but that one's broken up, incomplete.
Yeah, I did actually a nice job of breaking the pocket and then looking downfield, keeping his eyes up, looking downfield. Lodge and the corner working against one another. There's no reason for a flag there. That's just two guys playing ball, and it ended up with an incomplete
Tremendous
pass.
officiating right there, letting that one go. Man in motion here, handoff off tackle, and Gill got initial contact, kept it moving forward, and he's going to get half of it back now, so it's going to be, looks like 3rd down and 3.
Sounds about right. And again, Gill off first contact. First contact so rarely gets him to the turf. It becomes, he starts to wear on a defense the more you start to see this, and he seems to get more comfortable.
Right. Trips right, single left. Wickard looking, going to throw left. Gill got absolutely drilled, and he took the contact, got up, turned around, ran. First down, Cavaliers.
Sooner or later, somebody in a black jersey is going to have to rap when they hit Jake Gill.
And Jake Gill got knocked to the ground, out of bounds, and he is on his back there. I don't know if he maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, but the Hilltoppers are being cordial there with the young man on the carpet.
Yeah, he took a big shot, right, directly behind him. Managed to gather himself, turn the corner, and get upfield. But there's no doubt about it. He took a serious blow. I would guess this looks like a wind knocked out situation, but.
Well, you got to figure that it wasn't on the initial contact. Even though he got drilled in the mid-lower back, he was able to turn around and still get another 5-6 yards out of that one, get knocked out of bounds on his back. So they're chatting with him there. 8:33 left. We'll keep you up to date on that one, as you would expect. A sub in for him in a moment, but. Hopefully that young man's okay. So we got to stop and play here. We're going to step aside for a moment. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show. Weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
Make sure you're following Q92 Sports on social media. We bring you the absolute best in local sports news, live play-by-play action, exclusive player and coach interviews, game day photos, and so much more. Never miss an update. Just search and follow at Q92 Sports across all your favorite platforms and subscribe today. Stay connected to the teams, the games, and the moments that matter most. Q92 Sports, your home for local sports.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Yeah, welcome back in action here, Q92 Sports, Walsh University football here. Jake Gill went off the field under his own accord, ran across after a breather there. So into the ball game now is Xavier to run for him, and he's going to run off tackle and get swarmed right away, but he got 2 yards after the initial contact, 2nd down and 8 for the Cavaliers. And they're going to go quick here. Deuces left, single right, man in motion left to right. Gooding going to on a wheel route. Unbelievable, all by himself, caught it at the 40, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Walsh Cavaliers. Brady Gooding come on a sweep and just took off, ran behind the defense, nobody with him. Touchdown, Cavaliers get 6.
That's the wheel route out of the inside slot.
Beautiful play.
Yeah, we mixed release. Both defensive backs stayed with the outside receiver, left Gooding all by himself. He was 4 yards behind everyone by the time the ball landed in his hands. All he had to do is step on the gas and finish it.
What a great play call there. Now the PAT, the ball's down, it's up, and it is down the middle good. So it's 23-6 for the Cavaliers. What a great play call, Coach Pertil on a wonderful call. That play works so often.
Absolutely. What it does is when you've got a mixed coverage, like that, where you have to carry the receiver to the following zone, right? So what happens is you get crossed up because your deep help has now stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is then you end up with 2 guys facing one receiver running down the sidelines with nobody covering him.
The opposing coach was the closest one to him on the sideline there.
Back judge was the only one going to make that play.
So Cavaliers 23-6, 7:51 to go. And maybe is this I predicted a high-scoring game. I guess last year's was pretty high with 38-10 overall. But is this the time of ball game where they start throwing some points on the board back and forth here and start making this a track meet?
Well, they're gonna. I mean, the Hilltoppers are going to try.
Yeah.
I can assure you that they're not afraid to pull the trigger. And Meisman has all the tools that you'd want for a guy to do. You say, do you have the guys that can come back from 3 scores? Or do you have the guys that can fill it up? Absolutely. Load up the scoreboard. He has that. He has those skills.
Yeah.
And he's got the guys. It's just a matter of the Cavaliers maintaining focus on defense. Can't get comfortable up 3. You can't get comfortable up 3 scores. You've got to be able to hold it together.
They're not running the wing tee over there, so they can certainly put some points on the board when they're behind. And so that kickoff now is going to be deep, and it's going to be fielded 2 yards into the end zone. And they're going to take a knee on that one, and it's going to be a touchback.
Having coached on having received the business end of the Perry Panthers, I can tell you the wing tee can put up a bunch of points too.
Well, it's not conducive when you are down 3 scores.
That is true.
It's very conducive if you're up 2 or 3. It's very, you can run any clock down with that. So 7:51 to go. Now the Hilltoppers with their second possession now of this half find themselves down 23-6. Let's see what they can kind of answer here. Deuces right, single left, H back in motion. Gonna hand it off, bobbled at the handoff point, but nothing doing there. Brought down right away. Great job for that defensive front for Walsh to stop them. 2nd down and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, not a lot of. There was just no room.
Yeah.
You had penetration everywhere, and everything was a little mistimed in the backfield. So when you lose timing, you lose effectiveness. Linebackers are then able to believe what they see and step right into the gap.
Well, it looked like a bobbled handoff there as well between quarterback and Patterson there. Deuces right, single left. Patterson off the left hip of Meisman. Here's a snap, looking to throw in the pocket, taking his time. Good pass out there over the top. Good coverage. Got there late, but a better reception there. And that's 1st down. Hilltoppers all the way to the 46-yard line.
This Harcum kid is fun to watch. Perhaps if he was in a white uniform, I feel better about him, but he is a lot of fun to watch.
Going to go quick now, going to get it to Patterson, and he hit the hole hard, got maybe 1 yard out of that one, so the Cavaliers were ready for that hurry up.
Yeah, you can see so what you're seeing now is on early downs, you're seeing a little bit more of Caden Dunbar-White, a little less of Chris Jones, something a little bigger, a little heavier, a little more able to establish that edge. And so I think that's a deliberate substitution right there, and they're just collapsing those inside run lanes.
6:20 left here. 2nd down and 10 for the Hilltoppers at their own 46-yard line. 2 in the backfield this time. We got Deuces left, single right. Dropping back, looking. Busted pocket, but he threw it over to Patterson, who's wide open across the 50 to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15. Nobody's going to get him. Great shake and bake there into the end zone. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
Starts with protection. It lets you stretch the defense vertically, leaves a big gap between the lower zone and anybody that's left in coverage. Patterson had the ability there to just turn the corner and hit the gas, and there was nobody left that was going to run him down.
I like it when I'm right whenever it's in our favor. I don't like it when I'm right, and they're going to throw it to Patterson more out of the backfield. Man, he just took out like a shotgun on that one. 5:53 to go. The PAT is down, and it is down the middle again, and that's good. The special teams have showed up for both squads tonight. 23-13 as we start getting crooked numbers going now on the board.
Yeah, and 2-score game is a new game. Coming from 3 scores down, you put 1 on the board. Now you're starting to level this thing out. It opens up the rest of your offense. You don't have to be in as much of a hurry. The Cavaliers just need to regroup, do what they do, and go back to work on offense.
So we talked about adjustments. Both teams went into the locker room, made an adjustment. Both been effective. Now let's see what what the defense for each one of these squads can make their own adjustment and try to compensate for what we saw there.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're the defensive coaches in the booth for both squads. You didn't get enough of a look of the adjustments. They were basically quick drives from both squads. So you're trying to kind of pencil this together and try to make the adjustments that are going to allow you to finish what you started here. So,
yeah.
But yeah, those 2 quick drives, you didn't get much of a look at it.
Well, and that's tough there for the Cavaliers defensively. He stood in the pocket for quite a while. I mean, that had to be his 4th read to get it over to Patterson there in the flat, so he knows he's got his check down, and you just happen to have 22 yards of green in front of you.
Well, and you run the 3 verticals off, you run the crosser out from underneath that, and then let Patterson fill in the empty space. linebackers are hauled in the middle of the field, right? They're not, they haven't escaped at that point. And as that defense gets stretched vertically, again, there probably wasn't anyone within 25 yards of Patterson when he caught the ball.
Yeah, he had a full head of 22-plus yards running once he caught that one, and then just made a couple guys miss their, downfield.
It's a really, really difficult play for the weak side linebacker. The weak side linebacker has to be able to drop and then rip out and run laterally. He has to just turn and run.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's just not going to catch up with Patterson.
5:53 to go as the offense is getting cranked up now for both squads. Could be a real interesting second half here if this continues. 23-13, Cavs up 10. Here at West Family Stadium here in West Virginia. It's been a blast rolling over here, Jason, and driving through the hills to get here. Like you said, 8 miles as a crow flies, but it took 30 minutes to get through the hills here. But kickoff now going to be fielded by the Cavaliers across the 10 to the 15. Made a guy miss across the 20, 25. Stumbling down to the 30-yard line. Good return there by the Cavaliers. Good field position with 5:46 to go third quarter. And there's yet another sideline issue here, getting very chippy between these two squads. This is the 17th time these teams have played. They know each other well. I wouldn't say they are best friends, but it looks like they're on the sideline. Something got chippy there. We got a flag. Not sure who it's on yet. Last time when it was over there like that, it was on the Hilltoppers. And let's see what the call is.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, special teams guys, they're not going to run 40 yards and not hit somebody. And, sometimes the play's already over when you get there.
So it looks like a 15-yarder on the Cavaliers. So that's going to push them back.
It's going to send them all the way back to the 15-yard line.
So they're going to start this possession in their own dead zone. And they're going to start from the, 14-yard line here. First and 10 from the 14. As Wickard is still in as QB. Deuces to the right, single to the left. Taking his time here. Here's a snap. Dropping back. A little pitch pass to the right-hand side. Got room to run. And coming downhill as we're picking up some audio from the officials over there. Keep hitting the button. But that's going to be second down, and they got 6 yards on that one, or 7 yards. So second down and 3.
Yeah, Lorenzana's got a little bit of juice to him. You can see him turn that corner full speed. If he doesn't get tripped up there, he might split those two defenders.
So Jake Gill's still out of the ball game. He's standing up and walking around over there, so I think he's okay. They're just giving him a breather. Deuces left, single right. Wickard rolling left. Got a man open. First down Cavaliers and a lot more. Slides out of bounds at the 37-yard line. First down Cavs.
That's Braden Springer again, the same man that would return the kickoff. Again, he doesn't do anything half speed.
No.
Gets the ball in his hands, gets vertical in a heartbeat.
First and 10 for the Cavaliers from the 37. Inside 5 minutes left, third quarter. Cavs taking their time now, letting the clock wind a little bit. Up 10. Deuces right, single left. Wickard on a QB draw and got 5 yards out of that one. So it's going to be second down and 5 for the Cavs.
Yeah, did the little bluff on the flare pass there and hoping to open up a seam. Got a little bit of a gap, picked up 5.
And Xavier there in a running back. It looks like he's going to stay in for a little while. We haven't seen Macon yet. Second down and 5 here for the Cavaliers. Running back off the right hip, going to hand it off. And Lorenzano with the carry, and he's going to be short of the line to go. Third down and looks like 3 yards. Inside 4 minutes now.
Yeah, a little dive play off of zone left. Kind of ran to the back side of it.
Deuces right, single left. Quarterback going to drop back. Throw it to, incomplete pass. Had a guy. Looks like a late hit, and it is. 15 yards coming for the Hilltoppers. They had an incomplete pass.
Ethan Lorenzana knows he had a first down. He turned his head just before the ball got there.
He had
young guy mistake.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you'll learn from. He'll see that repeated over and over again in his head for the next, and he's going to see it on film tomorrow morning. I can assure you.
He's like, I know I was open. I was looking up to see where the end zone was, and it's going to be first down now for the Cavaliers after that 15-yarder late hit on the Hilltoppers. So it's going to get the Cavaliers into Hilltopper territory at the 41-yard line.
And that's one of those, again, that's another young guy thing. That's Cam Turner, the outside linebacker. He's a freshman. He got out there. He got too far, didn't know where he was on the field, and smacked the receiver out of bounds.
Single right, deuces left, man in motion, left to right. Going to drop back quarterback. Push for the pocket, throwing deep, single coverage. And it got to be a penalty on that one. Wow, he literally had a hold of our receiver's wrist, pulling him backwards, and no flag on that one.
Yeah, Eugene Hall got away with that one. He grabbed him by the wrist and kind of put it in his pocket and just wouldn't let him go.
It looked like they were handcuffed together. 3:31 left. Cavs still up 10. Cavs take a shot there on first down, so it's going to be second down and 10 from the 41. And Wickert's got 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and Lorenzano got tripped up, dove to get 3 yards out of that one. Third down and long for the Cavs.
Yeah, that was just straight power that side. Just not enough room to make anything happen. Nice to see Gill back on the field as he comes in at this third and long.
3:11 and ticking here in the third quarter. 3rd and 8 for the Cavs. Cavs haven't had too many of these long third down situations, but they have converted on most of them. 56% on third down conversions. 2 to the right, single to the left, and pre-snap penalty, false start. Not what the Cavs wanted to see in a third and long situation to get a false start on that one. 2:53 to go.
Unfortunately, you start looking at that pass rush coming across, you know that you have to hold your ground. You know you have to allow the receivers to get downfield and get a little itchy on the call.
So 3rd and 13 now. What's your call here, Jason? You try to just maybe go conservative, hand it off, get what you can get back, and maybe punt it away, play the field position game? Or
for me, I always felt like this is a great time for a screenplay.
Deuces left, single right. Wicker dropping back, got a clean pocket. Legal hands in the face, looks like. And a tremendous throw and catch. Let's see if he caught it. It was low. He had to dive for it on the carpet. No signal yet. Not telling us if it's a catch or not.
He spotted the ball.
But it's got to be illegal hands in the face here. There was 2. You got it. They called it. They had two defenders. Both of their hands were in the face mask of our lineman, pushing his head, almost took his helmet off. But I believe they're going to call that a catch anyway. So, tremendous dive and catch there. So 2:44 to go. Cavaliers 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, Noah Willings really kind of finding a niche for himself in this offense, running those deep ins, those deep hitches and deep digs.
And 81 looks so good as a receiver, doesn't it?
You got to have a little height to you. You can't be a little tiny guy with an 81.
There's so many of these different numbers and different positions. I still like the traditional 80s at wide receiver, but hand-off tackle there, and that was Jake Gill, and he's going to get about 5 back on that. So it's going to be second down. Actually got 3. Second down and 7 for the Cavaliers at the 24-yard line.
As we're talking about depth here, Jeff, we're starting to see Carter Bergara in the offensive set, who is listed as a defensive back.
Yeah. Trips left, deuce right. Jake Gill in motion, jet sweep. Pull back, a tremendous job for Wicker to read that one, not hand off the jet sweep to Gill and take it himself up the middle. First down, Cavaliers.
Beautiful play design. Left a nice gap front side, just hit the front side A and went right downtown.
Inside 2 minutes left now. Cavaliers are in the red zone, sponsored by Lucky Heating and Cooling. Cavs taking their time now that they've got some momentum going here. Single left, single right. Jake Gill off the right hip of Wickard. Starting to feel like it's Butler time. Dropping back, looking. Will Butler was open. Throw to the corner. Tons of contact once again. A good no call there, though, I believe. Threw it to the pylon, just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, and that might have been the design read, which was he's the one, because he had both tight ends up the seams. He could have picked either one of them. Kerrigan was probably a little more open than Butler, and other than that, they were pretty much wide open.
So incomplete pass there is going to stop the clock at 1:32 here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10 now for the Cavs, and they're still in red zone here at the 15-yard line. Still got plenty of room to get a first down in the red zone. Deuces right, single left. Poor snap, picked it up, got completed pass. Made a guy miss, made 2 guys miss. First down Cavaliers.
Really nice job there by Grant Knight. Found an open spot underneath the coverage. Made a man miss, made a second man miss, as you said.
Yeah.
Right? It might have made one extra move, one too many moves.
Yeah.
Maybe get vertical there and take what you got.
I thought he was going to bust that one and get in there.
I think if he'd have put his foot in the ground and just went north and south, he might have.
So 1:03 left here. Clock now winding. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Cavaliers. Deuces right, Jake Gill right hip. Going to hand it off to Jake Gill. He's going to hit the line and make it move, and he's still moving. And he gets it clear down to the 2-yard line. Boy, he is tough to bring down. There was 3 guys there, and he moved the pocket.
I'm telling you, he does. And again, he kind of tucks in behind the garden center there, which is as safe a place as you can find on the football field with those 3 guys in the middle.
Put your hand on the backside of the big guys and let it roll.
Right.
26 seconds left here in the third quarter. Cavs, 2nd down. Gets it to Gill again. Going to be close. Got it cleared about the half-yard line and forward progress. Got pushed back. We'll see where they're going to spot this one, probably about the half-yard line.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The Cavaliers have been doing this all night, where the weak side alignment, they use a big split between the left guard, or between the weak side guard, it could be right or left, the weak side guard and the center. And what that does is just creates a natural seam. Because the way that the Hilltoppers are playing it, they've got a tilt, and then they've got the end on that side, 2 gaps outside. So they'll just let that stretch as far as they can.
Well, that's going to do it for the third quarter. We'll come back here. It'll be 3rd and 1 Cavaliers from the 1-yard line, or 3rd and goal, rather, from the 1. We'll step aside. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
Success takes teamwork on the field and on the job. And just like the Walsh Cavaliers, Beery Cheese knows great teams are built with great people. That's why Beery Cheese, proud supporter of Walsh Cavaliers football, is looking for great people to join our team. Established in 1929, Beery Cheese is one of America's top cheese manufacturers, with more than 400 employees strong. We offer a culture focused on quality, teamwork, and celebrating success together. Ready to be a part of a winning team? Your next big opportunity starts here. Visit beerycheese.com/careers and apply today.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPM.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Yeah, welcome back to West Liberty University here as we are on the road here on a Thursday night, calling a good game so far. Walsh Cavaliers holding on to a 23-13 lead, and we have 3rd and goal from the 1 here for the Cavaliers after we flip the field. Cavs now going right to left on your dial with a full 15 here to go in the ball game. Cavaliers on the left hash, packing it in, single receiver. Going to hand it off to Gill again. Off tackle, touchdown. Gill in there for the third time tonight. His second rushing touchdown, and he had a first half. He had a receiving touchdown as well. So his third on the night. Cavaliers go up 29-13 before the PAT.
I was about to say, you don't want to get fancy down here at the goal line. Actually, they got a little fancy. Everybody took a bucket step to the left and just let Gill finish right off the center's right hip. Outstanding play call, design, and execution by the guys up front.
Andrew Carana now on the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. And another question mark for the Cavaliers and special teams and the field goal kicker not knowing who that was going to be. And Carana is doing a tremendous job so far tonight. 30-13 Cavaliers. We got full 15 minutes left in this one, but the Cavaliers continue to answer the Hilltoppers. Thank a few sponsors here. Beery Cheese. You're listening to Walsh University here. It's brought by Beery Cheese on Q92 Sports. Also, Lucky Heating and Cooling if you need help. We're getting out of the cooling season here. Rolling into, getting a little bit cooler. So if you need some heating or cooling, give Lucky a call, 330-339-9379. Also, AWP Safety. Hello to Drew and all the crew over there. Drew Sarakman, who's on weekly. He's our high school guru over there, getting on the Sam Berkwin show every week with him. And really, really cool to see him still involved with that. Also, Altman, DeVille Apartments, Huntington, Cleveland Clinic, Bell Stores, and Chick-fil-A. Once again, thank all of you for all your sponsorship for these young men and women. And, the Q92 is just really blown up with the amount of games they're doing. Now the partnership with Walsh University is sky's the limit. If you watch high school football, you've got to get on their website tomorrow night and follow those games. But here's the kickoff now. Walsh going right to left, kicks it deep into the end zone, and they're going to take a knee. And that's going to be another touchback.
Yeah, Carana got his foot into that one. It kicked it about 4 yards deep. No real choice there. With the way the coverage was making progress, there's nowhere to go.
So they're going to take over at the 25-yard line there with almost the full quarter left here in the fourth. 30-13 Cavaliers. Let's see what the Cavaliers kind of can adjust to here on defense now. As been back and forth here ever since the start of this half. And I'm all for a shootout, Jason. We just keep throwing it back and forth and let it roll. That makes it a little bit more exciting. So now Deuce is right, Deuce is left, man in motion. Going to run behind Meisman. Gotten flush from the pocket. Going to dump that one off to his running back. And 8 up right away by the Cavaliers. Going to maybe got 1 yard on that one. So great job for the Cavaliers to sniff out that. I don't think it was a designed screenplay, but it just kind of turned into one.
Yeah, it looked like more of an outlet there. But part of the problem is that he had pressure right up the middle. And, we talk about in football, we talk about guys that don't get a lot of credit. They don't get their name called. How many times have we called Kyler LaRosa's name today? He's the nose tackle.
Yeah.
And he's making all kinds of impact in the backfield, laterally, and chasing down plays.
Deuces left and right. Mike's been going to roll out to the left, throw to the left. Tough pass, got off the hands, deflected. A couple defenders in the area there. That turned into a dangerous pass, but regardless, it's incomplete. They're going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Julian Bierschak standing back there in the second level zone. Watch that ball sort of whistle past him. That thing's 1 degree to the left, and all of a sudden that's a pick 6 situation.
And, you just called out Bierschak. Good on him to step in there first start. Ty Miller not able to make the trip. And that was a question mark for us. We didn't know how he would perform thus far. Knock on wood, he's looked real good in shutting down those receivers there. 14:09 to go. 3rd down play here, hand off, lots of room to run, 1st down and a lot more. Cavaliers going to force him out of bounds all the way down to the 45-yard line. So a great run play there and a 1st down for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Simmons, not a guy that actually shows up on the depth chart. That they've found something in him. They like using him in these jet situations.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, actually. Official's going to stop the clock here for a moment, reset the ball. They're going to reset it back to the 41 and a half, 42-yard line.
Yeah, Hilltopper's trying to go a little tempo here. He's got a little bit loose with the ball.
The center just kind of tried to borrow an extra. Good on him for trying to borrow an extra yard there.
Hey.
But 1st and 10 from the 42. Deuces right, single left. Meisman going to drop back. Clean pocket looking, thrown over the top, 50-50 ball, and lots of contact there. And Cavs got away with one as well. Could have been a flag on that one, but the officials letting them play.
Yeah, a little bit. The thing is, and this is something that you teach young corners, safeties, what have you. When you're in vertical coverage, you're going to get the flag if you make contact. If you stay in contact, generally speaking, they're going to let you get away with it. Just stay in contact, which means when you're running vertical down the field, have a hand, have an arm. Yeah. Be tight.
Deuces right, single left, man in motion out of the backfield. Patterson gets the ball running off tackle, and Barry Sanders-esque got a couple yards out of that one. Didn't have much to go, and it doesn't help that he's wearing number 20 as well, running like Barry Sanders. But good cover, a good stop there for the Cavs in space to make it 3rd down and 7.
When you see that gallop cut, that's
and like the hips to the right, the legs to the left as they're cutting, very Barry-esque without question. 13:08 left. Cavs holding on 30-13 lead. 3rd and long for the Hilltoppers. Man in motion out of the backfield. They've been running that quite a bit here this half. And the Cavaliers going to flush him from the pocket, and they're going to stop him short of the line to go. And it's going to bring up a punt situation here for the Hilltoppers. 4th and 5 from their own 47.
Yeah, nice job by Eddie Nichols there. That's a great job, and just staying with the pressure, and then working off the block to make the play.
Am I crazy, Jason, or is this the first punt? I believe it's the first punt of the ball game.
It may well be. It seems like we've played a lot of stretch getting into the other team's area. So yeah, it would appear.
And they are going to punt it. Nearly blocked there. Chris Jones was flying in there, and fair caught at the 9-yard line. So the Cavs are going to take over. 12:06 left in this ball game. Cavaliers in control, 30-13. I don't know if I've ever called a game where the first punt happened in the 4th quarter. Certainly been a while.
At least not for both teams. I've seen some games where one team doesn't punt all night.
True that.
I've seen those.
Once again,
I've been on the plus and the minus side of that
one. Once again, thanks to some sponsors here. Berry Cheese, great sponsor of us over there in Alliance. Check them out. Great sponsor, great company. Lucky Heating and Cooling as well. They sponsored our Red Zone all night. Hasn't been a ton in the Red Zone, a lot of big scores. But yeah, 12:06 left here. Cavaliers are really, I'm just looking at total yards and everything. The Cavs really aren't running away with with it on paper. It's very close. Cavs do have about 90 total yards more, 423 to their 336. Passing 292 for the Cavs to 188 for the Hilltoppers. Rushing now, the Hilltoppers have been finding something, like you said. They're starting to run the ball a little bit better off of kind of some different sets in that. They're up to 148 yards rushing to the Cavs 131. Cavs got 15 first downs. They got 16. And both teams are in the mid-60s on 3rd down conversion. So really across the board, pretty solid number-wise. Sometimes you look at a game and you see numbers looking the same and the scoreboard out of whack, or vice versa. But this is one of those where, it's pretty tight here, and Cavs have just done a better job of finishing drives.
That's it. It's really the conversion. And this is that mindset that we were talking about learning how to win and you've got to convert when you have opportunities. All in all, the Hilltoppers have done a great job moving the ball. They've adjusted their offense. They've brought in some wrinkles. They've started using this sort of quick sweep off of jet action that's caused some problems for the Cavaliers. So this is a team that's being built as it's flying.
Cavs out of their own dead zone, a quick pullback hitter, all kinds of pressure there right up the middle, and Brendan Zerbrug is back in the ball game now. He flipped that one out there to the right side, and it looks like we got a Hilltopper down.
That's a cramp.
I was going to say possible cramp week one.
Week one, 80 degrees at game time.
That might be a record, too. First cramp in the fourth quarter, week one.
You know, Singleton was here on the sidelines just a little bit ago, getting himself stretched out by the medical staff. So, yeah, it's going to start to creep in here at the end of this one because it's been muggy. It's cooling off, but that heavy air, sometimes you can certainly get these kinds of situations.
And it looks like he's going to be down for a little bit as they work on him. We'll step aside here in Q92. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 Sports has you covered. Head over to the Q92 Sports page on SoundCloud right now. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball. We've got it all there for you to listen to in our massive archive that stretches from today's games all the way back to the launch of Q92 Sports in 2016. Follow Q92 Sports on SoundCloud today.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome into the broadcast here, calling live from the booth here at West Family Stadium, West Liberty University. Nice campus, not real big, you know. We rolled in here, a lot of traditional-looking brick buildings. Pretty cool. For a moment, I'm like, where is there a football stadium around here? It's tucked all the way in the back of all the buildings, and like you said earlier, it just looked like they cut into the bank here and threw up a football stadium. It's a gorgeous stadium, though. They got the turf. They got the, like I said, you know, the nice booths. They've taken great care of us. Shout out to the West Liberty squad for welcoming us in here and feeding us and throwing some drinks at us and being real friendly. So we appreciate the hospitality. For sure.
Yeah, this place has a great feel. It's got it looks great. It is a single-side stadium, so the area behind the Walsh University bench is actually all forest,
right?
With the addition of street lights, which I think is interesting, like old school on a short post street lamps.
Very, very cool look. If you've been to any local high school stadiums over in Stark County, very reminiscent of like a Carrollton. For me, that you've told me they now have stands on the other side now, but we're back in action here with the Cavaliers. It's second down and 10 from their own 9 inside their own dead zone. 12:03 to go in this ball game. Cavs up 30-13. And handoff off tackle. Great run. Short of the line to go, but a really good just off-tackle run there to get several, and it's going to be third down and short, 3rd and 3.
They did it again. That's that wrap block technique that I was talking about before with Will Butler. I'm telling you, as an outside linebacker, if you see 6 coming across the formation in short motion like that, buckle it up. He is coming. I'm telling you.
Tighten this trim strap.
Absolutely.
11:30 and ticking. Cavs 3rd and short. Need to convert this one. Keep this clock moving. Quarterback's going to take off. Zerbrug's going to be short. And it's going to be 4th down and 3. So the Cavaliers now are going to have to punt away.
Yeah, and actually they did a nice job. Zerbrug felt that pressure and escaped the pocket. He might have had another beat there to wait for a receiver to come open. Actually, Lorenzana did a nice job at picking up the corner blitz coming from the inside slot. It gave him a little bit of room had he not escaped so early.
So we're going to get our first look now at Matt Harper on the punt. He's just been on holding duty so far tonight, and it's going to be his first punt of the ball game. As his shadow is in the end zone. High snap, and a great job to bring that one in for Harper, and he got off a decent punt considering that ball darn near went over his head out of the back of the end zone. But Matt Harper went up, got it, brought it down, got a foot on it, got it across midfield. I think about the 50-yard line is where they're going to take over.
That was a heck of a stretch by a punter, getting up in the air to get that one. And for the long snapper, hey coach, I haven't snapped all night.
Right,
it's that first one,
and it's his first one, I believe, of his career as well. So he's a redshirt freshman, Kane Curran, and Get the nerves out, young man. Get the nerves out. Your punter saved you on that one. So it's going to be 1st and 10.
He definitely wasn't going to leave it short.
No. A little adrenaline on that one. Deuces right, single left here now, man in motion, right to left. Going to settle down in that H-back spot. Snap here, handoff. Going to pull it back. Throw over the top. Got a man beat. And oh, what an effort. Had the defender beat for Walsh by about 2 yards. Ball slightly overthrown. He put some air under it, just not enough. And the receiver dove flat out, nearly brought it in, wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass.
This is a really good effort. That's another one. He's talented freshman at West Liberty. That is Dominic Diaz-Ellis, freshman, 6'1", 188.
That was a really long way for me to say incomplete pass.
Right.
But there was a lot going on there. 10:24 here left, 30-13 Cavs up. Two in the backfield now. A lot of times they've been running off of this set. Deuces right, single left. Going to take it. They are going to hand off to Patterson, off to the left. Cavs are having problems. He's off to the races. 35, 30, 25, 10, stumbles, dives. Touchdown. Hilltoppers. Wow. I called it out. They've been running off that set, been giving the Cavs problems. Misdirection, they can go left or right with either running back. Patterson hit the hole and streaking up the sidelines once again.
He just wrapped that left edge, and once he got turned, there's just nobody that's going to catch him. You've got to keep him running laterally. You got to fill those gaps and get that pursuit on wheels before he gets to that corner.
The PAT attempt here now is up and good once again. There's a flag down.
Yeah, it looks like there might have been some movement on the extra point team, but that looks like it's going to end up being encroachment, and they're just going to take the point.
Yeah, it's against Cavaliers. So it's going to be 30-20 now, as that is good. And we talked about Patterson pregame, how special he is, and he's starting to show out a little bit. Running up the sidelines there, I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but all I saw, it looked like a cartoon. You know, like when a road runner is running and you don't see feet, you just see like a circle.
Just to see the blur.
Man, he hit that corner and took off. 30-20 Cavaliers. So now it's a 10-point ball game with 10 minutes to go. Cavaliers are going to take this kick back here, and we're going to step aside here for about another 30 seconds. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show. Weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Cavalier football. Cavs holding on to lead 30-20 with 10 minutes, 15 seconds to go. As Patterson now gets another touchdown there, and he's got 131 yards rushing. I spoke too soon on him having 47 first half. He's decided to put up 90 so far in the second half. Kick is going to be right at the goal line. Perfect. Cavaliers going to bring it out. Makes one guy miss. Got drilled on the second. Hung on to the ball. Did a good job of putting a helmet on the hands on that one, but a better job for the Cavs to hold on to it. Brought it back to the 20. First and 10 Cavs.
Yeah, it was really nice. When you make that play at the goal line, when in doubt, you gotta go. And so he did. He found a spot, found a little bit of a soft spot in the kick coverage, got it out to the 20.
30-20, as we said, Cavaliers going to take over at the 20-yard line. As the Hilltopper staff is doing a good job of getting us updated stats, but we've got them as well on our website. Quarterback going to keep it himself, going to run off tackle, and it's back to Zerbrug is back in the ball game. Inside 10 minutes left now. Cavs get 2 yards on that one. Second down and 8.
So yeah, just a simple hold read right there. took the vertical angle and picked up 2.
Cavaliers now taking their time. The clock is your friend when you're up 10 with 9.5 left. Gonna jet sweep, hand off, and fumbled it out of bounds. He got drilled, knocked out of bounds at the 20. There's a flag on the play prior to that, probably holding on the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get Jake Gill on the edge there. As just a general rule of thumb, if you're going to be blocking at all, maybe don't wear the bright yellow gloves.
Right.
Everybody can see it.
Should have wore black today.
Right.
So that ball, they did another nice job of putting their helmet on the hands on that one, knocking it out of bounds at the 20. So it is holding on the Cavs, and they're going to decline that. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 as they go back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's an interesting choice that you would decline it there at the 20-yard line.
Well, it makes it 3rd and 10 after you fumble out of bounds. I like the call personally. 3rd and 10 now. 9:27 to go. Trips to the right, single left. Gill in the backfield here. And Cavs going to drop back, got a clean pocket, but he's going to have to take off after a delay. And a quarterback sack there on that one. Zerbrug brought down at the 12-yard line. So the Cavs going to have to bring on punting unit once again.
That's
momentum shift.
Exactly what you don't want. You've just had a team that down 3. You allowed them back into a 2-score game. Then you do the quick 3 and out. On that one, I have to say, it looked like Zerbrug wasn't entirely sure what he was looking at.
Yeah.
He came off his 1 read, and it looked like he got lost between 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. He had number 13, Grant Knight, breaking across the middle of the field that he could have fit to.
And the snap that time was a little bit low, but he got off a similar punt. Looked like it might have hit a Cavalier and took a bounce there all the way across midfield down to the 34-yard line. So a great punt out of their own end zone to get it down to the 35. So this is where traditionally Cavaliers defense steps up. Cavs are going to need it. They're up 10, but the momentum has definitely shifted here in this stadium with 8:22 to go. Without question,
This is now a point where you have to shut this down. You're the veteran defense. You are the guys that know how to handle game situations like this. You need to step up and make plays.
1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers from their own 34-yard line, and they are back in that set with running back off the left and right hip. Deuces right, single left. Man in motion now out of the backfield, and they're going to hand it off again. And the Cavs going to stop that one for just a short gain. And it looked like the ball was maybe on the carpet there.
It looked like he was kind of bouncing it from hand to hand. Like he almost sort of kind of flipped it from his right hand to his left and then back to the right again.
So it looked like a 3-yard gain. It's now maybe a 1-yard gain. So second down and 8 now for the Hilltoppers from their own, 35-yard line. Inside 8 minutes and ticking. 10-point difference. Hilltoppers definitely not in any hurry here.
Yeah, they're taking an awful lot of play clock.
Deuces left, single right. Meisman takes a high snap, hands it off to Patterson, running left, bounces it outside, trying to get to that corner. Flags everywhere. Looks like he's going to come back. And they got a first down all the way into the territory of Cavaliers at the 46-yard line of the Cavs, but believe it's holding on the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Alvante Ivory got mugged on that corner there. So.
Looks like a laundromat with all the cloth on the carpet out there. And confirmed.
Yeah, they had a body on and then tried to hook him as well. And then as he split that, they both grabbed him. So he had a – if you're going to get held by 4 hands, I guess. They threw one flag for each hand, it looked like.
7:29 to go. So they're going to do second down over again, second down and 20. Deuces to the left now, single to the right. Cavaliers playing off a little bit, just going to try to keep these receivers in front of them. Here's a snap. Dropping back, going to be a pass. Look to throw. Now they're going to throw it to the outlet to Patterson once again out of the backfield. Made one guy miss, but it was 4 dudes there. 4 Cavaliers as Jason celebrates over here on the great read and a great coverage.
That's exactly how you do that. 1 in, 1 out. You've got the outside hip. He's got the inside hip. You got 1 behind just to make sure. That's exactly how you handle that. You come out of your zone in formation. You don't get vertical where you're behind one another, and you don't get side by side.
Yeah. 3rd and forever now. 3rd and 16 for the Hilltoppers. With, once again, not in a big hurry. They do need to get a good play here for the 3rd down, but 6.5 left. Man in motion. Trips to the right now. Single to the left off the left hash. Meisman going to drop back. Looking to pass. Going to just get out in the flats, throw it back across to Patterson. They're really getting him the rock, and he is close, but short of the 1st down. That was a really odd play. Quarterback got flushed out of the pocket all the way over to the boundary, threw it all the way across the field, back across to Patterson, but it nearly worked. Regardless, it's short of the line to go, 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And they're going to go. They're going to go for it. Deuces left, Deuces right. And Cavs going to call timeout. We're going to call timeout. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
At Walsh University, excellence means more than academic achievement. It means forming men and women of character through transformational learning. With nationally recognized academics, award-winning athletics, and personal mentorship, students discover their calling in an affordable, faith-filled community. And with a holistic approach that builds skills for the span of a career, Walsh graduates stay adaptable in a world where AI is shaping the workplace. Walsh University, preparing you for success for life.
Hey everyone, it's Rex Combs, Rex in the Morning on AM 1310, inviting you to tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. for unforgettable favorites, music, news, and more. With myself, Clint Marshall on News and Sports, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Rex in the Morning, it's all about the music right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, welcome back to Crunch Time here in West Virginia. The Cavaliers' first game of the season here, 2026 season. First road game out of the gate for the Cavaliers. And right now they're holding tough, 30-20. Have had the lead the entire ball game. Momentum has been shifting back towards the Hilltoppers, and now with 5:44 to go in the ball game, the Hilltoppers bring the offense back on the field, and they're going to go for it. 4th and 2. Cavaliers called timeout there. Trips to the left, single to the right. Waiting for a whistle so they can go. They got the ball down, ready to roll now. Here's the whistle, 5:44 left. Man in motion left to right. Cavaliers showing pressure. Trying to draw them off sides possibly. Cavs holding their water. A couple of them were biting, wanting to get in there, but they held their water on that one. They're going to snap it now. In the pocket. Looks like holding left. Throwing deep. Throws it up. Incomplete pass. Unbelievable. They're going to call pass interference on that one.
Yeah, Page found himself out of position on a vertical route. He was playing the inside, facing the receiver on the outside. Saw the receiver go for the ball, got there just a shade early with a face mask in his chest, and they're going to call that every time. Again, we talked earlier about making contact with the ball in the air versus staying in contact. He was out of contact, came back, made contact with the ball at the point of the catch.
So a free 15 there for the Hilltoppers. They're going to convert that 4th down, 5:39 left. Now they're in Cav territory at the 44-yard line. Down 10. They got all 3 of their timeouts left. Pretty can free-will it here with 5:39 left. Plenty of time for them to figure something out here. Deuces left. 2 in the backfield with Meisman. And they're going to take a timeout. on the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it looked like a personnel formation issue right there. You had Simmons in the H-back position. Simmons is not an H-back. Simmons is a converted defensive back that's playing running back / wide receiver. Didn't know what to do from that H-back position. You could see him sort of looking to the sidelines like, hey, what's next?
Yeah.
So, young team, new coach, you're gonna get some of those from time to time.
Yeah, and they haven't really had much of that, right?
No.
They played pretty clean football for the most part. Both teams have had their share of penalties, but nothing egregious either way.
No, I think, and I got to tell you, win, lose, or draw. If you're Coach Salisbury, you got to be feeling pretty good about your young squad.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been resilient. They've managed to execute in tough situations, and they're climbing themselves right back into this football game.
Yeah, it looked like at one point Cavs were going to run away with it. Hilltoppers have answered. Cavs kept answering back and forth. It's definitely been a back and forth ball game. Let's see, Cavs are still up 10 as we're back in action here on 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers. Tough to take a timeout on first down like that, but saw something they didn't like. They got deuces left now. Meisman here. Going to hand it off to Patterson left. We got a double reverse, flea flicker, throw over the top. Got a man wide open, caught, touchdown, 46-yard flea flicker, double reverse over the top.
And honestly, at that point, Meisman had his choice. He had Patterson up the left side, and he had a wide open receiver up the seam.
And that's how you sit on your heels and call a trick play whenever it is much, much needed. Not in the red zone like it's Kevin Stefanski, right?
That's right.
30-26. Big score there for the Hilltoppers, much needed. And they're going to go for this extra point now. And that is good once again. We got a 3-point ball game here, Jason. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
Make sure you're following Q92 Sports on social media. We bring you the absolute best in local sports news, live play-by-play action, exclusive player and coach interviews, game day photos, and so much more. Never miss an update. Just search and follow at Q92 Sports across all your favorite platforms and subscribe today. Stay connected to the teams, the games, and the moments that matter most. Q92 Sports, your home for local sports.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Cavalier football here. And this ball game has got real now. 5:31 left. Cavaliers up 30-27. Hilltoppers with a trick play there, a little double reverse, flea flicker, 47-yard tutty over the top. Had his choice of multiple receivers, but here's the kick. And they're going to kick it deep. They're going to let that one go out of the back of the end zone. And the Cavaliers are going to take over at the 25-yard line. Need a spark here for the Cavs. They've had several possessions in a row that have been below average, so we need to get some first downs, move some chains.
Well, and to a certain extent, you want to make sure that you take care, that you leverage your advantages, right? Where do you have advantages on this offense? Right now you've got advantages in those front three and Gill in the backfield. So I would expect to see a heavy dose of Jake Gill and possibly mixing him into the pass game as well.
5:31 left, 3-point ball game. Deuces left, single right. Wickard back in the ball game at quarterback. Going to go with a hard count, try to dry him off here, get a new play here from the sideline. Here's a snap, as you said, Jake Gill. And he got 8 up there at the line, maybe got 1 yard out of that one.
Yeah, nicely timed blitz there by the backside linebacker. That is number 1, Sam Hobbs.
Cavaliers running some clock here, 5:11 with a 3-point lead. Can't be too conservative though. They've got to move the rock.
And you've got some options here. They've not gone to Butler much, but certainly he's capable in situations like this.
Deuces right, single left. Cavs winding that game clock or play clock down to almost nothing here. Going to hand off to Jake Gill back to back and swarmed once again. 3 yards on that one. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 7. So Cavaliers getting conservative, looking to wind the clock, run it down. Hilltopper's only down 3. They got 2 timeouts left as well. Cavaliers doing their best just to run this clock at this point. And now Jake Gill off the left hip of Wickard to the right.
Really need 2 first downs in this situation to get this clock out. As far as the college rules, it does favor the defense.
Play clock down to 5 now, about ready to snap, and he is going to throw this time. Get flush from the pocket. He's going to take off himself. He's got room to run. Got a block downfield from Will Butler. First down, Wickard. And the Cavaliers with a clutch first down and a big block downfield by Will Butler to free up his quarterback.
Holy cow! I mean, he took the nickel. He took that nickel back and again, he just sort of folded him over backwards off contact.
Inside 4 minutes now as the clock winds. Great play there for the Cavaliers. Broken play. Wickard just took off on a tight pocket there. Made a couple guys miss and just got where he needed to go. It's 1st and 10 now from the 47-yard line.
Huge conversion.
Back to Jake Gill. Got hit again at the line. No gain at all. And going to blow the whistle there. 2nd down and 10 now for the Cavaliers, but more importantly for the Cavs, they can run the clock.
Yeah, you're going to need 1 more first down to put this thing away is based on the number and based on where you're at. I would expect to see here just another, maybe a zone look, and let's see if you can get Gill behind it.
3:09 and ticking here, 16 seconds on the play clock, 3:05 on the game clock. Deuces right, single left. You got to figure this is going to go to Gill here, probably going to the right-hand side as they wait for the clock to wind down. And no, they're going to throw the ball. And a screen play to Will Butler. First down and a lot more because it's 40, 35. Thrown out of bounds actually to 36-yard line. You called that play a little bit earlier. They eventually went to it. And a great screen play to Will Butler. And it looked like Wickard wasn't sure at first. Did a little pump fake. But then he went back to Butler.
Yeah, I think that might be by design. So they basically run double screen. You're running screen left to Gill, screen right to Butler on the outlet. And the difference between the two is that Butler's showing block first and then releases into that flat. It creates space there between him, and then he's got 2 blockers out in front. Fantastic design.
Design little pump fake, huh? 2:20 left and ticking. Cav ball at the 36-yard line of – and quarterback keeper got hit, got 8 yards, though. Going to be 2nd down now and 2. Cavs keep it moving.
Yeah, you really like to see that out of your quarterback. No hesitation on that, right? He just took the ball, put it in 3rd gear, and went.
And the 2-minute mark is going to be a timeout. And we're going to step aside as well. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports for Walsh Football.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 Sports has you covered. Head over to the Q92 Sports page on SoundCloud right now. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball. We've got it all there for you to listen to in our massive archive that stretches from today's games all the way back to the launch of Q92 Sports in 2016. Follow Q92 Sports on SoundCloud today.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County Sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back in for the final two of regulation here. We got 2 minutes left. Cavaliers up 3 before we went to break there. Cavaliers got a little 6-yard scamper there out of the quarterback. It's going to 2nd down and 4 now. Cavs got the ball at the 31-yard line of the Hilltoppers and threatening to get into that red zone area, but more importantly, run the clock.
Toppers with 2 timeouts left. Honestly, if you get this conversion here for a first down, you can pretty well ice out the rest of the clock.
Wickard still in there at quarterback. Gill off the left hip. Going to get it to Gill. He's going to run right. Get hit at first. Stayed on his feet. Extra effort. First down a lot more. Ran out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Wow. Gill is having a night.
And again, yards after contact, yards after contact,
yes.
yards after contact. It seems like every time he touches the ball, he's either moving the pile or breaking away from individual tackles.
Saying his nickname should be Yak. 1st and 10. Cavaliers now into the red zone, the lucky heating and cooling red zone alert. 1:52 to go. Cavs at the 18-yard line with first down. Cavs up 3. And the Hilltoppers are going to need to figure out how to stop this running game of Gill and Associates. And just did a little back roll over top of Will Butler. But clock running, a loss of 1 there, but no harm, no foul. And it's going to be a timeout there for the Hilltoppers, and we're going to step aside as well. We'll be right back on Q92 Sports.
Make sure you're following Q92 Sports on social media. We bring you the absolute best in local sports news, live play-by-play action, exclusive player and coach interviews, game day photos, and so much more. Never miss an update. Just search and follow at Q92 Sports across all your favorite platforms and subscribe today. Stay connected to the teams, the games, and the moments that matter most. Q92 Sports, your home for local sports.
Hey everyone, it's Rex Combs, Rex in the Morning on AM 1310, inviting you to tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. for unforgettable favorites, music news, and more. With myself, Clint Marshall on News and Sports, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Rex in the Morning, it's all about the music, right here on AM 1310, WDPN.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back with 1:49 left here. Cavaliers going to take it. Run off tackle. Jake Gill got the ball. Flags all over the place. He's still fighting for extra yardage. And it was a very quick penalty from the beginning.
It looked like it must have been something like illegal motion because there were 2 flags went up immediately at the snap of the ball. Illegal shift or something of that nature. You couldn't get a hold that fast.
No. And we'll wait from the call from the officials. It must be on the Cavs because they're asking the West Liberty what they want to do, and they're going to decline it. I don't know. Why would you decline a pre-snap penalty?
Well, they didn't stop the play. So technically, if they accept the penalty, the clock will start on the reset. It's illegal formation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't stop the play there. Okay. 1:43 time left. Cavs up 3. And it's now 3rd down and 6 for the Cavs. Get in a situation here where a lot of things can happen on this one. And officials, it's like they're saying it should start the clock.
He just said it was going to start on the snap. Miscommunication among the officials.
Big 3rd down play here for the Cavaliers as they get 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. They're going to throw it. Let it rip over the top. Almost picked off right through the hands of the Cavalier wide receiver and then just fired right into the gut of the safety of West Liberty and dropped that one. That was a huge break for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and that's one of those Wicker, we talked about this earlier when he was rolling to his right. In this case, that's a low crosser in a tight situation. You're only 6 yards apart. Take a little bit off that, put it on his front shoulder, and let him catch it. That one came out whistling.
A little interesting call, don't you think, to throw it there, incomplete pass, stops the clock. 140 left, as now the Cavs are going to bring on the kicking unit, and the Cavs are going to call timeout. We're going to stay here through this timeout.
Yes.
I don't know, Jason. I think that if you feel you're gonna kick the field goal either way if you don't convert, I think you got to run the ball there.
That would be my call, generally speaking. In situations like this, there's only a couple things that can happen when you throw the ball, and a bunch of them are bad.
Yeah.
And that was almost really bad.
So it's 4th and 6 from the, let's see, the 16-yard line. They are keeping the, looks like field goal unit is staying on the field, I believe. And the Hilltoppers are going to have, after this, they're going to have a timeout left and a minute 35 probably after the ensuing kickoff here. So they are going to, they're on the left hash here. New kicker, Andrew Carana, on the field here. Holder, Matt Harper. Here's the snap, ball down, kick up, blocked. And going to get picked up by the Hilltoppers, and they're going to fall down. Blocked field goal. Hilltoppers got it at the 30 with a minute 40 left, minute 34 left.
Just too much pressure on the backside, coming from the left side.
And here's where that throw on third down really gets crucial, because they got a minute 34 left. If they would have ran the rock, they'd probably have less than a minute here. They got one timeout.
The key here is you have to keep everything in front of you and make tackles. You cannot let a receiver behind you, and you can't let them work the sideline unimpeded. So you're going to have to rally to the football.
1st and 10 from the 30. 1:34 to go. Deuces right and left, dropping back. Looking for the running back out of the back, throws it over the middle. Great job for the Cavaliers with the pressure to cause Meisman to get flushed, just drop back and throw it over the middle. Incomplete pass. 1:29 left.
Yeah, 5 seconds is very little time to run off the clock for something like that. So that works out in the Hilltoppers' favor. Now 2nd and 10.
3-point difference. We saw the kicker does have some leg. Down 3, Deuces left, Deuces right, man in motion, right to left. Here's a snap. Going to drop back and throw again. Pressure from the Cavs. Throw it over Patterson. The Cavaliers were waiting on that play, and the Cavs finally snuffed out a screen play against Patterson. It was Chris Jones there on the tackle.
Yeah, Chris Jones was actually aligned at the defensive end position, bailed on the snap, left him right in the right spot for that swing pass.
3rd down and 10 now. 1:05 left. Dropping back. 3rd down, throwing. Open. 1st down. Off to the races to the 50-yard line. Clock stopped until they get it set. 58 seconds left. See if they're going to run a play or spike it here. Looks like they're going to run a play. Deuces left, Deuces right. Cavs asking for Cavs calling for a timeout. Didn't get it. Everybody's standing around. They're going to let that go. Almost picked off by the Cavs defense. Stepped in front of it. Couldn't bring that one in. Was Bierschek.
Yeah, and if they're on the play call there, or on the officiating there, I want to say that's 2 Ferguson, reached out and just grabbed the face mask of Bierschek as he went by. You could have easily called an OPI there.
Cavaliers were asking for a timeout. Didn't get it there. 45 seconds left. It is now 2nd down and 10 from the 50. Deuces left, Deuces right. Going to throw again. Clean pocket, looks like a hold. Throw over the top. Cavaliers there. Knocked it down, went for the interception, and then collided with the receiver. Got it knocked down, and that's an incomplete pass. No flag on the play. It looked like that. Pressure up the middle. Looks like he was getting held pretty bad, but no call there. 38 seconds left. 3rd down and 10 from the 50.
Yeah, it was peculiar. It almost looked like an EE stunt. Like you had Ivory coming across, and then you had Hauersat going over the top there, which is a little unusual for the two ends. But in this situation, sometimes you only have a 2-man rush.
4 wide again for the Hilltoppers. Meisman going to drop back. Cavs got pressure coming up the middle, throwing it over to the flats. That's a long 30-yard plus throw, and that's incomplete. Going to be 4th down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Hilltoppers need a 1st down here to keep this one rolling. What a ball game. Neither team has given up. Cavs.
No, and you can see these guys are pushing themselves to limits here. I mean, you've got guys almost crawling off the field at this point.
First ball game of the year is a barn burner. 34 seconds left. Now this is 4th and 10 for the Hilltoppers. And they got deuces left, deuces right. Patterson sits down off the left hip. Watch for Patterson out of the backfield. And a sack, knockdown, incomplete pass. Cavaliers ball on a turnover. No flags on the play. Collapsed pocket. Cavaliers got in there. He had nowhere to go and just tried to get rid of it. Incomplete pass. Cavs ball.
It looked like Caden Dunbar-White there on an inside move. Beat the tackle inside, got to the quarterback, got into his hips. Didn't let him get out with the ball, or didn't let him get the ball off.
What a time for the Cavs to come up with defensive stop there. That's Cavaliers ball now, and the Cavs are just going to be able to kneel on this one a few times, get in victory, and call it a night.
Yeah, that was a long time coming. The Hilltoppers were definitely game for this one.
Cavaliers offense on the field. They're going to take their first knee as it's going to start whining.
Coach Salisbury's just going to let the clock run on that one.
And Coach is going to let it run, and he's going to call his guys over, and that's going to be the ball game. Cavaliers hold on, and a great ball game. Way to start the first game of the season here in 2026. Players being cordial here in the middle of the field. They did say that there's not going to be a handshake at the end, so a lot of these guys obviously know each other, and they said we're going to go ahead and shake each other's hand anyway. So I saw that in the media guide there, that they typically don't do that. But pretty cool to see the love back and forth on a tremendous game.
Well, and you can't play a game like this without tipping your cap to the other side, regardless of which side you're on.
Right.
Every one of these guys spilled it for 60 minutes, and they played all 6. They needed all 60 to get it done.
Unbelievable game. Your final 30-27. We're going to step aside for a couple minutes. We'll be right back then with the post-game show, and then we'll call it a night here on Q92 Sports. We'll be right back.
Missed the big game? Don't worry. Q92 Sports has you covered. Head over to the Q92 Sports page on SoundCloud right now. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all there for you to listen to in our massive archive that stretches from today's games all the way back to the launch of Q92 Sports in 2016. Follow Q92 Sports on SoundCloud today.
The sports stories you want to talk about, the guests you want to hear from. Get it all on the Sam Berkwin Show. Join the voice of Stark County Sports weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN for your ultimate local sports fix. You can also watch the show live daily on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Don't miss the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays at 3 on AM 1310 WDPN.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPM.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Make sure you're following Q92 Sports on social media. We bring you the absolute best in local sports news, live play-by-play action, exclusive player and coach interviews, game day photos, and so much more. Never miss an update. Just search and follow at Q92 Sports across all your favorite platforms and subscribe today. Stay connected to the teams, the games, and the moments that matter most. Q92 Sports, your home for local sports.
You're listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Cavalier Football on Q92 Sports. It's been one heck of a ball game here to open up the season here in Division II college football. And wonderful, wonderful game. Cavs did what they needed to do down the stretch. The Cavaliers were in control of the game. Really the whole game, the Cavs were in control of it until really midway here, second half. And then you really started to see, Jason, I even called it out. You started to see the momentum switch as we get some final stats here in our hand from the Hilltoppers. But we also got some final stats there on the Q92 radiosports.com website as well. Jason, what a way to start the season.
Wonderful contest between these two teams. Nobody was giving up. You got to give it to the Hilltoppers squad, a young team, lots of freshmen, sophomores on the field, and just wouldn't go away. I mean, you're down 3 scores in the second half and just wouldn't quit. And you really have to think about what that looks like moving forward. We talked about earlier. These are not the same two teams that you're going to see in week 7 and 8. Right. These teams are going to grow and develop, and I think things look pretty good for both squads at this point.
Yeah. Great way to start the season. Like you said, they're going to be different here in a few weeks down. But it really looked like Cavalier football. It really looked like a continuation from last season. Pretty balanced between offense and defense. Really, both teams. These teams got a lot of similarities, and it shows up in the numbers as well. What I like to see is the fight on both sides. You like to see these teams, like you said, they were down almost 3 scores at one point and just battled back. Cavaliers did what they had to do and had some key stops when they needed it on defense. It's been a staple for the Cavaliers for defense for several years now. But now to see the offense, get there as well. Cavaliers went with, I wouldn't say a full two quarterback system, but Wickard had 205 yards. He was 12 of 17 with a touchdown. Brendan Zerbrug had he was 6 for 9 and 46 yards and a touchdown as well passing. But Jake Gill, I mean, we don't really do player of the game, but for the Cavaliers, Jake Gill really did it all. Not only did he seal it with his feet here, at the end, but, we said he's a dual threat running back. He can run the rock. He can get loose. He can score on the ground, which he did twice, and he can also score in the air, which he did as well. So Jake Gill really had a tremendous game once again, as we thought. We figured he's not going to be sharing the backfield as much as he did a year ago with Dante Walker. Shout out to Dante. So Jake Gill did what Jake Gill needed to do tonight.
And that's what you do, right? You have a veteran advantage coming into a game against a young team, new coaching staff, whole new system.
Yep.
You do what you do and make them adjust. Now, the thing that the Hilltoppers were able to do is they were able to create some big plays, right? They were able to create some big plays, and that's something that the Cavaliers are going to have to shore up.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, you did what you do, which is we feed the ball to Jake Gill.
Yeah.
We get behind that big offensive line. We've got those 3 guys in the middle that have been around for. It seems like they're like furniture around here. They've been here they've been here a while.
Yeah.
And but press your advantages, right? You're working these young receivers into the system.
Yeah.
When the game's on the line, what do? You run Jake Gill.
Yep.
You throw the ball to Will Butler. The guys that have been around, the guys that the moment's not too big for, right? The moment's never too big. You do what you have to do.
Yep.
And I think they did a great job of that. They stayed balanced. They didn't get out of character. They did when the Hilltoppers started to come back, they didn't really change what they were doing. They just
They never looked panicked.
No.
They didn't.
Not even once. And credit to Hayden Wickert, who did a fantastic job just holding it together, not getting excited. You could see the body language.
Yeah.
He was up tall, just relaxed,
Yeah.
and trying to work through exactly what was being asked of him. I think he did a great job of weathering that storm. I think there's going to be some things they want to shore up on the defensive side and to make sure that they can establish a lead and keep a lead, right? Because what you never want a young, scrappy team like this. You don't want to let them back in the game.
Right.
And they did exactly that.
Right. They did. Some of the question marks we had pregame was this young receiver core. Who's going to step up there? I had some questions about these special teams. They stepped up there. Great kicking, great special teams, really no mistakes. A year ago, we had 4 turnovers in the first half. Each team had 1 turnover, I believe. And but we talk about the receiving. We talked about Will Butler. Had four targets, 4 catches, but really the biggest game sealer there was that screenplay to Will Butler where he took off, got the first down. Not to mention earlier on where he had that block downfield that freed up our quarterback to get another first down. So Will Butler came through big time down the stretch. But Grant Knight, first start. Braden Springer, first start as a full receiver. Both had 3 catches, 25 and 6 yards respectively. But yak yards for Springer, 21 after the catch, which was impressive. But Brady Gooding, 6 targets, 110 yards receiving, and his longest was a 62-yard touchdown. So Brady Gooding, that we saw some talent in him last year. He has some big moments, big games, and then you come into a game like this where Trey Martin's out. That's our speedster to take the top off the defense, and Brady Gooding stepped in.
Yeah, and that's that shift, right? Because now with Martin out, now Gooding becomes your 1.
Yeah.
Right? He's now your 1. He's your Z. Here's your whatever, however you name it in your system.
Right.
And these other guys have to find their spots behind it. And a lot of these guys are young. Not a lot of experience out there. So these guys are going to be learning on the fly. It's the we're building the plane as we're flying it now, right? Because you got to go. And really the same thing is true on the outside, on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to have, with Miller out, with new corner stepping in, you got the change in the captain's chair in the back.
Yeah.
You've got Page and Page and Moore back there they're going to have to keep this thing on the rails.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy, and there's going to be some rough afternoons where they've got to scrap and just build up these young guys and make sure that they understand that, hey, you got to be like a goldfish, right?
Yeah.
Short memory. You can't
right.
Whatever happens, right? We're going to get back. We're going to get back on the field, and we're going to square up, and we're going to play our game.
Also, let's see, on the defensive side, Eddie Nichols had 10 tackles. Howman Williams had 6. Ryan Page had 6. Chris Jones had 5. The secondary was a slight concern for us. They had a couple 15-yarders, but it's a spots where that didn't really hurt us. They made plays other than that.
Well, yeah, and a little bit of it was just little things that, like pursuit angle, right?
Yeah.
Pursuit angle, getting high against a guy like Patterson. Well, of course, Patterson is, by his nature, he's an angle breaker, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got such great straight-ahead speed for a guy that's built the way he is. You don't expect a sprinter speed to come out of that frame, but he certainly has it.
Hunter Patterson, keep an eye on him, folks. He had 286 all-purpose yards tonight, 2 touchdowns, 142 receiving, 144 rushing, and vice versa. Just an absolute stud. But I think the Cavs did a great job of doing what they could with him. He's going to get loose on you no matter what. Other than that, they did a good job of containing the pass game and giving them problems and getting good stops whenever they needed it. So,
yeah, and I thought that as we talked about early in the pregame, working some of that depth, Lorenzana played pretty well. He played really well, actually, both in the pass game and the run game.
Right.
We kind of talked about early in the week what we thought might be the guy to step into that spot because, Gil can't do 75 snaps.
Right.
That's just not going to happen.
Right.
So you have to have somebody that you can go to. And I think that by the looks of it, the coaches have a great deal of confidence in Lorenzana, and he performed.
Yeah, he really did. Just going to thank some final sponsors, and we're going to call it a night. Lucky Heating and Cooling, AWP Safety, Huntington, Bell Stores, Altman, Cleveland Clinic, Chick-fil-A, DeVille Apartments. You've been listening to Walsh University Football, brought to you by Beery Cheese on Q92 Sports Network. Folks, we'll see you next Saturday. It's a home game. We'll have a video up on that. And next Saturday, let me see. I'm getting to my schedule here, and then we'll call it a night. At home versus Wheeling University is actually a 6 o'clock game next week. So join us once again here on Q92 Sports. Signing off, Jason Jividen, Jeff Tyler. Have a great night, folks. Go Cavs, swords up. We'll see you next week.